Oh, hi guys, we're here.
Hello.
A jingle jingle
My
chat.
bad.
Jingle jingle chat. Yeah, no, it was more like jingle jingle hood. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's okay. It's
We always
okay.
have our little behind the scenes chats, and I was chatting too long, so that was my bad.
Nah. We got something special planned for next week, guys. So we were just chatting on that kind of topic. So we're really excited. Do we tell them? Do we tell them? Or do we wait till end of stream?
Let's wait till end.
Okay.
We'll wait to the end. Find out at the end of stream here.
You have to stick around till the end of stream before we tell you.
How's it going, guys?
How we doing, folks? How we feeling? We'll catch up in chat here real quick. Let's see who got first. Oh, Peter still has my gremlin. I need to ask Yenza for that. She made it like so smooth and so nice. Need to ask her for that. Labyrinth, congrats on first. Let me go throw your number on there. Where is first? Where's my first list?
Guys, I miss when Epic Games was releasing like 2 free games like every single, or actually it wasn't every single day. It was like right at the end here, but when they were doing like a free game every day for Christmas.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't jump on that bandwagon, unfortunately. Missed
I
out.
wish Steam did that. That'd be fun.
That'd be sick, man. That'd be so sick.
I wonder what allows them to be able to do that, because it's I don't even know how that would work. I've collected so many games through Epic Games that I just haven't gotten a chance to play yet, that are actually like, they're actually good games too. It's not like these like crappy offshoot games. Like sometimes it is, but other times it's actually like sometimes AAA games, and you're like, whoa, just for free, for free, you know?
For free.
Yeah, like the Harry Potter game.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
see,
It's crazy.
but
Labyrinth, who gets no blankie? Who gets no blankie? We're being specific now with that redeem.
be specific, Bob.
Be specific, Bob. Oh, I'm sorry it wasn't good news, Grace. Wait, was it not good? Okay, hold on a sec. Grace said there was like an announcement for Lord of the Rings. I knew I'd be
I knew it'd be
disappointed. Okay, no, you go ahead. Go ahead. You read.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. You were reading.
No, you read. Please read. Save my voice.
Okay. I knew I'd be disappointed. It's just an announcement for a reunion, which, is great, but not what it sounded like at first. Some people were hoping for unreleased footage or something cooler for the 25th anniversary. I did not think that was likely. I was just hoping for good news, I guess. Meaning no remakes or movies about the Slamarlian. I can never say that one. But still something cooler, I guess. Yeah, I'm like worried about them doing anything like that nowadays, especially with like Rings of Power that they released and crap like that. I don't trust them with a billion-foot pole to do anything justice toward Lord of the Rings. So it's just as well, as far as I'm concerned, that they didn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, after like, what was it, Rings of Power or something? I haven't even watched it. I just heard so much trash about it. I'm like, I'm good.
I will never watch it.
Yeah.
I will literally never watch it. It's just not Lord of the Rings, basically.
Yeah.
It's someone's D&D fanfic. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, again, it's another example of I'm too lazy to make my own thing. And I'd rather just mooch off what someone else has built and stuff, but I'm gonna twist and cater it to what I want. But yeah, basically like, yeah, exactly, fanfic. So it's just yeah.
Yeah. His grandkids give no F's about the IP. Yeah. That's usually how that works, because they're not the ones that built it. I know people like that, like I know of a workplace, I won't put them on blast, but I know of a workplace where the two guys that built the place lived for a really long time, like into their 90s, and they had super incredible benevolence, and they would do profit sharing, and they specifically like one of the guys had a goal of, he said, before I pass away, I want to give $1 billion worth of profit sharing away to my my employees, because I'm very grateful for them. And these are
Mm-hmm.
two guys that work together. They started out of a garage and worked into this like giant facility that is like global. Okay. And he ended up actually achieving that goal, which was really cool. But then his kids, and then even the grandkids of those kids, so his kids and then those kids' kids just don't have the same mindset. And so now that they're, because like those two guys passed away, those kids are now starting to, like, now that they have control over the business, they're starting to take away things from employees that
What
would
the
have been given
heck?
by the original guys because they were benevolent and these kids are not. So it's
Man.
they're like, yeah, you don't need like these things. You don't need this, you don't need that, and so on and so forth. And so that's what happens is they don't know what it took to build it. They don't have the same like gratitude and whatnot. So they just are like, oh, what's the bottom dollar, right? What's the bottom line here? Um, and so that's kind of the thing. And technically it's not like always that way, but a lot of the times if someone has to work for what they get, they're often more appreciative of it. That's not always the case, because sometimes you have like a Mr. Potter situation where they work for stuff and now it's like, well, life was hard for me, so why do you think it should be easy for you? And so then that's a possibility. But I would argue more often when people have to struggle to get to where they are, they get what it feels like to not have money. They get what it feels like to struggle and suffer and get, to get to where they got to. They had to sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
usually. And so, yeah, so it's really unfortunate that stuff like that happens, especially when you have like incredible, what I would argue is like works of art like Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's like it was super culturally impactful. It was super it's very specifically Eastern European, which is also probably why they want to like destroy it, because that was why he created it. He's like, I want a lore for Eastern Europe. Like my
Mm.
so he created a whole lore. That's why the elves are not black, like they were trying to say. Well, how come dwarves and elves, they can be black too? No, they can't. That's literally, he created them to not be that way on purpose, because he's like, it's supposed to reflect Eastern Europe. So make your own
Mm-hmm.
thing then, where that's the case, if that triggers you. But of course they won't do that because that takes way too much thinking. So
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah, so it's like he literally has rules for why those things don't happen, but they're just like, oh well, it must have just been rooted in his inherent racism that he had. It's like, no, he just wanted to make something for Eastern Europeans, and it happens to turn out that Eastern Europe is filled with a lot of white people. So, uh, sorry you
See,
don't like that. Sorry, you're actually inherently racist. What do they call that? Where it's your repressed racism or whatever. What do they say to like women who like they perceive hate other women? It's something misogyny. What do they say? It's repressed misogyny or something like that. I
oh,
forget.
I can't
Anyway,
remember. Something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. See, what people don't understand, like people don't seem to get that. So you'd have to almost paint a picture of, oh, Wakanda has too many black people, so we should add
Yeah.
some white people, some Asian people, some Indian people. It's like it's literally set in Africa, like heart of Africa. So naturally, it's gonna be black people. I don't see why
But
they
Kat,
don't.
don't you know?
I don't see why they don't
Kat,
get that.
don't you know that Elon Musk is he's South African? Why not do it? They do it to us. Why don't we do it back?
Oh, because we get canceled so quickly. Because apparently, only white people can be racist.
Hmm.
Haven't we learned anything, guys? Only white people can be racist. Come on.
Yeah. He was making a fictional mythos for England because they lost theirs after all the conquering. I didn't know that was the reason why. I just knew that he wanted to. Interesting. So
The
it even is
coin is
more
appreciated.
uh tragic why he even decided to do that. So it's even worse that they try to just do away with it then, because he was doing it based off the fact of what happened in World War II. But, those same people usually try to say that the World War II didn't really happen the way that we think. So,
Gosh.
unless it benefits them. You know, Funny Mustache Man exists until he doesn't, basically. So that's how that
Mm-hmm.
usually works. But
My gosh.
um,
Um, Ocean Princess says, also from a black person's perspective, we are taught to notice when black people are not being included in things and that we should make a big deal about it because it's quote unquote not fair.
mm,
Absolutely
yeah.
right, girly.
And that's where I always come from, right? Is it's not everyone always wants to look at the people. They're like, these people are bad. These people are, it's not the people, it's the culture that you're being taught. Like I
Mm-hmm.
know people who are black, like in real life, that like they were told, for instance, like you never vote conservative ever. And when they asked why, they said because it's not what we do, aka we being black people. We don't do that. And they
Mm-hmm.
never explain why. They just are told to vote a certain way. Or I've even had where people have said like their kids, so kids from black families would be like, I want to go get an education. I want to become a lawyer or something. And
Mm-hmm.
then their families, because their families didn't come from wealth or whatever, they don't want their kid to get above them or whatever, or they don't want them to, like, because they're so brainwashed that they're like, oh, so you're gonna go get like white man's not religion, you're gonna get white man's education. It's not white man's education, it's education. That's all it is. But
Mm-hmm.
because they staple it on there, they make the kid feel bad. And so now it's like, oh, so you're gonna just like, you're gonna go become one of them. Well, then the kid like, they're like, well, no, because I still love my family and stuff. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
then you're gonna stay here. And then that's why the kid ends up in a gang or something, because they've created a culture where it's like you're not allowed to do that. And again, I think that's the powers that be that have done that. And it's obviously it's not like all people like that. It's just I've seen where that's literally happened, where
Yeah.
they've actually like people have told me that, and it's like that's so screwed, dude. And of course, if you're like young like that, of course you're gonna listen to the people that are your parents or your older siblings, your older cousins,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like very rarely do you have the will to say, you know what, screw you, I'm doing what I want, and you can stay miserable if you want, but peace, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go make a better life for myself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just if you don't have that encouragement as a kid, you're very impressionable. So you're just gonna say, okay, well, I don't want to get made fun of, and I don't want
Yeah.
to be like ostracized from my, friends and family. So I'm gonna just do what they tell me. But it's like setting them up for failure. It's so toxic. So like, just straight
Yeah.
up, don't listen to that. Again, it's the cult. There's like cultures that people create
Yeah.
that do that. So
Yeah. It's like what we talked about yesterday, guys. Be aware that things aren't always what they appear to be, that people are going to twist the truth. People are going to come up with their own narrative of things. So be wise, be aware, and do your research, do your homework.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's like when they said be less white, and part of being less white, like I think it was the Coca-Cola thing back in like a handful of years ago, and they would like teach it to employees, like they would it was like a mandatory thing that employees had to watch. And part of being less white was like being on time. They're like, "Oh yeah, being on time is a white construction." What are you talking about? What are you saying right now? You're literally setting people up for failure. It's literally
yeah.
the stupidest thing. Nuclear families, that's also a white thing. It's
Hmm.
what are you saying? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Having dads stay in the homes, that's a white thing? Yeah, then
Hmm.
then all you're telling me then that's a great culture. So you
Yeah.
can't say it's like a bad thing. That's just objectively a good thing to do. So, yeah, I'll wear that with as a badge of honor, I guess. But they try to demonize it by specifically saying, "Oh, but it's bad person
Yeah.
coded. It's
Yeah.
white person coded. Therefore, it's bad person. So you don't want to be that. You don't want to be on time. You don't want to stay at home with the kids. You want to go and I don't know, just to do anything but be what they say is the demon. It's
Yeah.
gross. So
It's
gross.
it's so messed up. Like even up here, like in my neck of the woods where I used to grow up, um, we knew a couple families that lived on the native reserve. And again, because the government was just throwing money at people, anyone who wanted to like, work a job or go get an education, people would be shamed. And like, "Oh, you think you're better than us? You think you're one of the white people?" And it's like, "No. Getting an education, getting a job, like that's not for white people. That's for everybody." Whereas now, like, yeah, now it's like, "Oh, well, look at all these people that, surpassed the white man and stuff like that." It's like, why is this all about white people? Like, why is racism only for white people? Why is doing good at your job or whatever like a white person? Like, what? Who came up with this? No, anyone can get a job. Anyone can get an education. Anyone can have choose to be a good spouse, a good parent, a focused on family. Why is it that it drives me nuts?
Yeah. Yeah, and like when you actually like look into the history of how a lot of that stuff came about, it's like you realize that the real like the bottom line of it all is the powers that be create narratives to get people to believe things, and so it's really them that are the true,
Mhm.
like they actually like, so the people that are up in high places hate black people. Like they don't want anything to do with them. That's why abortion clinics were created. Like Margaret
Yeah.
Sanger made them for that purpose.
Yeah.
She literally made them to thin out and hopefully destroy the black population. Why is that? Because back in the 50s, they were actually thriving and doing good, and in
Mhm.
many cases better than white people at the time, because they
Mhm.
were being more moral. They had a better work ethic. They were all these different things. So they had to destroy that because those people legitimately hated them. And so then now what they do is they then say, "Oh, but it's not us. It's not us." It's kind of like the "eat the rich," says the super billionaire.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's not us. It's a little white trash guy in the trailer park that's that hates you and is taking all of your stuff. And that's why I love that. There's this one comedian who, I think I've said this before, but he kind of like fits like the white trash kind of a look. He looks like he came out of a trailer park and whatever. He's like, yeah, I grew up really hard. I grew up like in the same neighborhoods as like kind of like basically my version of Harlem. And
Mhm.
I would have like black friends come up to me and be like, I forget what the guy's name was, Jim or something, comedian, stand-up comedian guy, and he was like, they're like, yo, Jim, where's my stuff at, man? Where's my stuff at? And he's like, bro, he's like, you think I like took your stuff and just like don't have it? He's like, they took my stuff too, man. Where's my stuff? I'm living in a double wide with my mom.
Yeah.
Um, so like, I always love that joke because it's just like, you think I just took it and don't have it? It's like, so,
I just like
um,
being at trailer park so much, guys, that I
yeah,
took your stuff and I buried it in the backyard. Forget
right,
bettering
right.
myself. I buried it in the backyard. Gosh, it's just but
But
yeah.
yeah, no, it's like when you understand how it works, they don't want you to talk this way. They would just immediately, for me saying that, they would just say, "Oh, that's because you're insert every buzzword."
Yeah.
And that's why I always say you just can't care about the buzzwords. You have to look at what actually happened and understand what they did, like, and know who the actual quote unquote enemy is, because it's all the people that have like all this power, all this money, and they're whispering into your ear telling you who you should hate. What the frick? Like, don't
Mhm.
listen to that. What you know what I mean? Um, but for a lot of people, it's just easier to do that because again, a lot of those powers that be, so to speak, they prey upon people's like need for instant gratification. They prey upon people's laziness in many cases. They prey upon people's ignorance. They prey upon
Mhm.
people's, they create an environment where they make it harder for you to get educated in like like properly educated, and then they exploit the fact that you're ignorant. And so
Mhm.
then that's how that works. And so it's very conniving. It's very obviously rooted in like demonic activity. That's exactly what Satan would do. Okay,
Mhm.
is he would start with a half truth and then he would twist it, and then now it just becomes your reality. And so like, because like again, what you notice the enemy will do is he talks in half truths until you do the thing he wants you to do. Then he only tells the truth about you because now he actually has dirt on you because you screwed up.
Mhm.
That's so everything he does is to try and lure you into screwing yourself over. That's
Yeah.
basically it. So if you know that, then you'll see the powers that be are usually, not usually, they're almost always controlled um by the enemy, and so you can pretty much know, yeah, I'm not going to trust anything that comes out of their mouth ever at any given
Mhm.
point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway.
Yeah. And all that to say, guys, just a reminder, there's toxic white people, there's toxic black people, there's toxic Asian people, there's toxic and insert color, insert race, insert this. Like
Mhm.
there's always going to be people, you know, that just hate and are just
Mhm.
awful. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, you can't really escape it this side of eternity anyway.
But fun fact, there's also some amazing based white people, amazing based black people, and so on and so forth. Like,
Mhm.
so don't write people off just because, powers that be or this or that or the
Mhm.
loudest people are this color or that belief or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, don't write off people as a whole.
Yeah.
There's some wonderful people
They're
out
in
there.
this very chat if you're
Yeah.
not used to this chat.
Look at all
So,
these usernames. Look at all these different peoples. Look at all these amazing people. Just look at them
mhm.
all. Love it. Love to see it. So thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. I love how we always end up into like, politics and stuff like that.
I know. I don't know how it happens. It started from Lord of the Rings, and we're
Good
not
old
now.
Lord of the Rings.
But
Guys, politics has oozed its way even into our fandom things and stuff. It just,
yeah,
how could
it's
you?
hard because it never.
Sorry.
What?
Crud Muffin, how could you hate a saltine like this? Oh, you missed it. We were talking to someone mentioned that because they're half Mexican and half Texan, they've been called a burrito before. And I thought that was the best thing ever. So then we all went through like different food names, like, oh, you can call me this, you can call me that. And like everyone in chat, we were all like, you call me this, it's fine.
Not a burrito.
Oh,
That's
man.
funny.
So I told them they could call me a
Goodness
casserole.
gracious. Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, carry on.
Yeah, it's hard because like again, growing up, we never had politics in like any media. Like it just wasn't a
Mhm.
thing. It was either
Yeah.
made up politics or it was them making a like a subtle commentary on it. Like again, I would like I think a good representation of that was like in the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited series. Like
Yes.
they did a great job bringing up political types of things, but like
Mhm,
not
mhm,
just like making it all about that and being like annoying with it. Like they just knew
mhm.
how to do it with grace. Nobody knows how to do that anymore. And so ever since 2016, just politics is injected into everything. You literally can't get away from it. So it's like hard to say, oh, just like quit being so political. That's just the world now. It's just that way now. I don't know what to tell you. And in many ways, I think because people weren't as political through from like World War II up until now, that's why we're in the position we are because people are just like, I don't want to deal with it. So then they let people get away with stuff, and that's why we're here now. So, that's why I'm a bigger proponent of look, it doesn't have to be in everything. You don't have to talk about it in everywhere, but you do need to talk about it at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not a believer in the only two things you don't talk about with people is religion and politics. Those are like two of the main things you should talk about most of the time.
Mhm.
Like that's why they don't want you to talk about it. That's why because they're like, oh, just keep the peace, just stay docile. Quit thinking, you little stupid. You're not an expert. You didn't. Did you take political science in college? Did you even go to college? Yeah, it doesn't matter. People like Charlie Kirk show you that you don't have to go to college to be someone who understands politics and can have an opinion on things and can critically think. So, anyway,
Mhm.
little
Yeah.
PSA. That's not anything of what we're supposed to be talking about today, but here we are, I guess.
But
So,
before we jump into these things, guys, again, Justice League Unlimited, Teen Titans, Static Shock, like those are all phenomenal older series that touch on these things very well, very well. And I'm very upset that Nix has pointed out that they're possibly trying to modernize Static Shock.
oh,
I'm
hate that.
I hate that so much because the best or one of the best ways, aside from like cyborg situations stuff like that, cyborg and Starfire's situation, Static Shock did such a good job of covering like different issues in like their culture and in society and stuff like that. Like they did such a freaking good job. So someone being like, "Oh, we need
Hmm.
to modernize this." No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need to modernize this at all. Leave everything that they did. They did such a freaking good job. Like even like the whole thing of racism and stuff. Like they did such a freaking good job. If we were to compare that with the Proud Family or the reboot Proud Family, I've seen so many people, even like a whole bunch of like black content creators who are like, nah, man, this is messed up. This is not how we deal with racism. And this is not how we should be encouraging kids and next generations to be dealing with racism. This is not good.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
gosh.
Yeah, it dealt with a lot of kind of crazy topics for like a kid show. Like they had a school shooting episode. So
Yep, yep. Oh gosh, I forgot about that. Oh. Yeah,
yeah,
they
it was
did.
it was crazy.
they didn't sugarcoat things, but they did do it in a way that it wasn't going to traumatize kids.
Yeah, it was like palatable. And it's like I think it's
Yeah.
got like that kind of like late 90s, early 2000s camp a little bit to it, but
Mhm.
that kind of gives it a certain amount of charm, you know? So, um yeah, I don't know, man. It just that sucks. That they're going to absolutely ruin that. If they Proud Family that show, it's just over. Like it's not even worth watching cuz one of the
Bro.
main things that was cool about Static Shock was that he was just a guy. Like it
Yeah.
was and he had like a white buddy, white best friend, and then, you know, that allowed them to be able to kind of see the differences in each other, but they were still
Yeah.
always buddies.
Yeah.
And so
Like
it was cool. I like that.
again, back in the 90s, like, yeah, they had there was okay, looking back, like Hood showed me a couple older series that he used to watch, and we talked about older series we used to both watch. And man, there was so much diversity back in the 90s. I don't know what people are screaming about now, but it's like looking back, like
Mhm.
there was so much. There was so much. Like Hood showed me like 3 or 4 different um what was it? I think they were Chinese based series. And I know of a couple more. And it's like, what do you mean we needed more diversity and stuff like that? It's like there was tons of
Yeah.
it. Even looking at like, yeah, Static Shock. It was a black guy and a white guy, and they're best buddies and they were figuring things out.
Yeah.
And there was all sorts of different characters throughout the series, different nationalities,
Mhm.
different colors, different backgrounds, and all that. Like,
Yep.
would
They had Jackie Chan Adventures back in my
yeah.
time. I loved Jackie Chan Adventures. They had Shaolin Showdown,
Yeah,
which is
that was
based in
fun.
like yeah, it's like based in like a Chinese culture esque, like monks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they had all kinds of crap like that. So you can't tell me that they didn't have diversified stuff. They absolutely did, and they were great shows that I
Mm-hmm.
watched growing up. Like, and I didn't think about it being that way. Like I didn't think like, oh man, why isn't there more white people on the screen? The only reason you would think that is because you're taught to do that. Like when you're a kid, you don't really care about that stuff. You're just like, is it fun? Is this a
Mm-hmm.
fun show? And that's all
Yeah.
you care about.
Yeah.
So like and ironically, like I feel like Cartoon Network was heavily influenced by like kind of like Asia kind of like
Mm-hmm.
anime-esque stuff for a little while there because
Yeah.
like there was a lot of stuff that was touched by it. Hi what is that one? Hey Hey Hi Puffy Yumi or whatever. Hey Hey Hi Hi Puffy Yumi, I think is what it's called. Was a
Oh
show
yeah,
that
yeah.
came out that was it was about the two Japanese pop girls or whatever, and then of course Teen Titans is anime inspired, and then of course I mean Nick is this is a Nick show, but you have Avatar: The Last Airbender, so you like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of these different shows that were like playing around with some of that, and so yeah, I don't know, man. They just again like if you haven't seen Jackie Chan Adventures, that's a great show. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like straightforward, but it was great. That I also feel like I don't know what else to call it other than like back in like the 90s to early 2000s was like the era of main character has to collect them all type of a show. Because Jackie Chan Adventures, it's about Jackie Chan trying to collect all of these magical talismans, and each one of them has
Mm-hmm.
a different power. Shaolin Showdown, the main characters are trying to collect the Xingong Wu, which are all these magical items that all do different. Pokemon is about catching all the different Pokemon creatures that do different things. It's like that was like a thing, I guess, back then was like the collect. I kind of miss it too because they don't really do that anymore. I kind of
Yeah.
miss that.
You know a series that I really
So
missed that was it was set up for a second season and we never got it, and I'm still mad about it to this day. Cyber 6, which the more I think about it, it's like a third a third of the characters are like Caucasian Americans, a third of the characters are uh what is it? I think they're Japanese, but it could be different Asian countries. And then another third, which the main character are Latinos. I realized.
hmm
And I'm like,
yeah,
but I didn't like none of us cared as kids. We're like, oh, that's cool. There's cool characters.
yeah,
It's like, we're just here to watch the show. We're just here to watch the show. And it was a
yeah.
good
It was an
show.
awesome time. Because then you had
Man.
like Ben 10, which was white kid, but then you had Generator Rex, which was like Hispanic kid. I think he was technically Mexican, but
Oh yeah.
um and Generator Rex, like even though it didn't get as much love as Ben 10, because I think it came out a little bit after the time period of when
Mm.
kids were like, and it didn't have the I think Ben 10 was just like it was just a perfect show for like young boys growing up and stuff like that. But Generator X actually had like it was a good story. I think the character was cooler, but it was like a little bit I think more for an older audience, so it didn't hit as much with the audience that it needed to probably hit with. Because it only lasted like 3 seasons, I think, or something. But it was a good show and it was kind of cool. It was, the main character can turn his body into different pieces of machinery to fight bad guys and stuff. So, um I don't know, man. Yeah, I miss that time. I miss that time. I miss when they weren't so toxic now. But oh
Yeah.
well.
Man. Anyway.
But anyway, now we're going to talk about shows that we actually liked and
Yeah, I
that
was
we
gonna
or
say.
maybe liked. That we're reviewing them, ones that we've seen recently. So,
Yep, yep, yep. Let me see. I think it was this one. There we go. All right. Well, we got.
yay.
I was gonna say I got your Gundam on here. I'll let you talk about that
Yeah.
first.
Guys, I technically I didn't watch. I read all of Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin, which for anyone that doesn't know um like anything Gundam whatsoever, this is basically the original Gundam series that was ever first created retold basically in like with better art, and they changed some of the details of the story to make a little more sense and whatever, to my understanding. But it's based off of the anime that came from the 70s and then what was eventually turned into like 3 movies. Um and it's really good. I actually really liked it. I was very much into it. It's basically like a political military drama,
Mm,
base like that's like the main kind of basis of it. Um and it's about this boy named Amuro who whose dad is working on this new model of what they call a mobile suit to try and fight the Xeon forces, which is like the space people. So basically, humanity got split into people who are still on Earth, which are the Earthnoids, and then there are the people that are in space who went into like space colonies and like these giant cylinders that are basically like planets that people can live inside of, called space noids. And
mm-hmm,
so this leader of the space noids named I think his name is Dakun Zun Zion or something like that. Kun Zion. But anyway, he was like the leader of these space noids, and he was kind of like in a way like kind of like a priestly kind of figure, like a religious sort of figure of trying to say like, God wants us to be able to like expand and go further because there's different flavors of Christianity throughout it, but like it just kind of gives you like a taste of it and stuff.
mm-hmm,
It takes place in our world because they talk about people like Funny Mustache Man and a couple other different people at different times. So we know it takes place in like our reality, just way in the future. Um, anyway, this Daikun, he ends up getting like during a rally to like try and bring the space noids together to try and because all his whole goal was just to try and make them be the new frontier, basically like expanding humanity past Earth, where the Earthnoids are like just they're stuck on the planet, but we're trying to get bigger. And he gets poisoned and killed, and so people were trying to figure out who it is. And so, without spoiling a bunch of stuff, it turns into this thing where there's a rebellion in Xeon, which is the it's like a basically like a group, which they basically stand for like the Axis powers in World War II. Because they basically say we're going to destroy the Earthnoids, which is the Federation, and we're going to basically make space noids the main thing. Like that's the new frontier, and you guys have to follow along or else, basically. And so it creates this war that starts happening. But it's more complex than that because there's people who have other reasons for why they're doing things. It's not so benevolent as just we want space noids to be free. It's like it's very obvious that they're the people in power actually are
mm-hmm.
trying to get after their own goals, so to speak, and have bloodlust and a lot of other things. And so, due to this fighting, um, one of the cylinders that was like one of the planets that I was talking about that people live in got destroyed and sent down into Earth, and it destroyed like half of the Earth's population. So that's like kind of where the story takes place, is
Mhm.
right, like sometime after that. And Amuro, his dad, creates this mobile suit, which is supposed to be the next iteration of mobile suits so that they can fight against Xeon's mobile suits, because Xeon was the first ones to create it, which is like they're basically in the frontier of fighting in space. Mobile suits are like superior in every way, shape, and form. So they like it's basically like having infantry that can go up to a ship and without having like a giant ship having to go up to it and just blast it to smithereens. So it's like it was causing them to like definitely take out the Federation. So um Amuro's dad was tasked with making this new iteration of the Federation's mobile suits, because the Federation made their own mobile suit, but they did it too quickly, so it was like not as good. So he made one that was supposed to be superior, but he only had a prototype, and it's the one that you're seeing on screen, which is
Mm-mm.
the RX-78, I think, is what they called it, and so when Xeon comes and does a surprise attack on Earth, Amuro basically gets into the the Gundam because it was being transported with his dad, at one place, and so to protect himself, he gets into the mobile suit. Quickly has to figure out how to use it, and ends up taking care of the small Xeon force that had come to attack them, and that leads him to then becoming kind of part of this entourage in the Federation's military called White Base, which is like it's a ship called White Base that they they're trying to transport this new mobile suit, this prototype 2, so to speak, mobile suit to a place, because technically they're in space, so they were inside 7 of one of these cylinder colonies. They're trying to get it from there to Earth, and I believe it was a place in like South Africa, and that's like the whole story, is basically them trying to transport this special mech so that they can get it to Earth so that it can be heavily reproduced so that they can hopefully win the war. That's kind of like the
Mm.
concept. And so there's a lot of obviously struggles and in and outs along the way, but the main story that they go for, like a lot of there's like a lot of betrayal, there's a lot of uh family issues, there's a lot of it's just a really good, like, intriguing story. It has like a lot of intrigue throughout it, and a lot of like keeping you on your seat, because it's one of those series that doesn't pull punches most of the time, in terms of like when somebody dies, they die. Like it's not like, oh look, they got hurt really bad, but they're getting back up. It's like, no, if they get like shot, they're pretty much dead. Like it's just over,
Mhm.
because it's based more in like a normal form of reality rather than higher reality. Um and so I really liked it because a lot of the choices had consequences. It has like a little bit of where certain things felt a little unfinished by the end, and a little bit like maybe rushed, you could say, like in terms of what they were trying to get across. Um, because like I would say like 2/3 the way into the story, they kind of throw a sidewinder like concept into the story that like is like, oh, this is a thing now. Oh, okay. And they don't fully explain it, at least that I can recall, without spoiling anything. So, but yeah, just the overall story is it's just very well told. It kind of like speaks to a different time as well. Like it feels like a story that was told, decades ago, because it just feels so much more mature about things, I guess, where like nowadays you wouldn't get that, especially if it was a political drama. It would always just be stereotypes and one-sided and so on and so forth. But what they do a good job in this one is they have kind of this back and forth of like the Federation's supposed to be the good guys, but then Xeon kind of is like, maybe they're not the good guys, and it kind of like each side is really, they have their own like good things as well as their flaws, but then, kind of separate at different points to show you, okay, no, one side is definitely the good guys and one side is definitely the bad guys. And they kind of, so I like that they have a lot of that kind of almost moral ambiguity at different points, but then they kind of like it's like it comes together from moral ambiguity and then it separates to be, two separate things again where it's black and white again. And so it just is um very well told overall, I would say. So if you have any interest in that type of a story that's more again grounded, these are like this is not Gurren Lagann mechs. These are more like if in the real world we tried to create mecha type things,
Mm-mm.
it's more like that with like a little bit more like with like a flavor of sci-fi in there, but like for the most part, it's like based in reality. So if you like that type of thing that's more grounded, you very well could like this. Um, I enjoyed it overall. I really like there's certain characters that I was like really interested in, really wanted to see what would happen to them and so on and so forth. And so yeah, that's basically all I have to say. It's a 12 issue series currently. I think they're trying to redo it where it'll be a 5 issue series like but they're compiling like 4 of each of the books into like one giant book per volume. So
Mm.
um they were supposed to be doing that I think last year, but I can't remember if they finished or not.
That was kind of what they
But
did with
currently,
Full Metal Alchemist. Got it. Okay.
yeah, exactly. So but the one I read is the one they produced in the early 2000s, so this would have been like 2002-ish. um and there's 12 volumes to it, and they're really not terrible, like terribly long reads. You can get through like one whole volume in about 3-4 hours if you just spent that amount of time reading. Um, but I really liked it. I was surprised that I liked it too. So because I was like I mainly tried it because I was like I want to see kind of like where Gundam started because I like mechs and stuff, but I didn't really know. Like I kind of was seeing in different forums and stuff, people are like, if you just like Gurren Lagann, then you're not really a mecha fan, which I think is stupid anyway. But
That's
it's
crazy.
but they're saying that typically because Gurren Lagann's like it's a different monster. It's not really
Mm.
the same as like traditional mechs are. It's not based in like reality typically. It's in a like higher form of reality. So I get it.
Mm-mm.
But at the same time I think it's just stupid to like gatekeep based off of that. So I was like, okay, I want to see what some of these like older versions of Gundam are to see like what did people really like, what was the fuss all about. And I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't boring. I expected it to be like kind of like a drag and people being pretentious basically like, "Oh, you just don't get it. You just." It actually it actually was good. Like when you're really like when you sink yourself into like how the war is working and like the different moves that they make militaristically to try and overcome each other. It's very interesting, and then you see like um this back and forth between the internal conflicts of individual characters versus this external conflict of the giant war as a whole. And it feels like it's very well woven together. So I get why there's a lot of people that are very traditionalists in that regard, because it's just it's a whole different flavor than something like Gurren Lagann. Again, it's just grounded, whereas Gurren
Mm-hmm.
Lagann's very like big and like anything we can do anything because fighting spirit and all this different stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I would say if you have any interest in Gundam whatsoever or mecha or even if you don't have any interest in that, if you just have interest in like a good drama, like a good especially if you like military and political types of intrigue and stuff like that, I would definitely give it a shot. It has an ensemble of different characters that you'll come to know and most likely love. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. I was pleasantly surprised by it. So I
Mm.
had a hard time putting it down once I started. So
Would you recommend they check out the prequel series?
oh right, yeah. So there is a prequel series. I actually made Kat watch that with me because at the time I didn't know that it stopped at the prequel. So in this 12 volume series, in the middle of it they have like 3 volumes that are basically a prequel to what happens at the beginning of the story that isn't shown in the original anime or in the movies that they made back in like the
Mm-hmm.
70s 80s area. Um, that prequel is very good. It's very well told, but you'll be very disappointed because that they never produced a new version that follows the origin series that follows this new uh
Yeah.
revised version of the story in 2002. They never made anything after the prequels because Sunrise, which is the people that own the original Gundam series of the like the anime and stuff like that, they didn't want to make a new version of the original series based off of this 12 volume series, which is really unfortunate. They made the prequels with like it's great animation. I
Mm-hmm.
think like the story was really good.
Yeah.
Um Basically almost verbatim to what you would read in the volumes. But they just don't continue it. So it's like, well, it's kind of not really worth watching that unless you just want to see it live, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're better off just reading the volume series so you can get the full story as a whole because otherwise you'll be like, oh man, I want to see more, and then you would have to go back to the old series where it's like the animation's just a different quality, the story's not quite the same because again they altered a couple of different elements in the new revised version, so it would throw you off a little bit. So my personal opinion is the best way that I and again I haven't seen the older series. I've seen like an episode of the original series, and then I still want to watch the movies. I just haven't had a chance to yet. Um, but my personal opinion, just from what I've seen, I think in terms of just quality of life, this is the best way to view that original story is this 12 volume series. If you can get your hands on it, you can probably go to your local library and get it um, if you don't have it readily available. That's how I kind of did it. I had the first 9 volumes at my library, and then I get the other 3 from other libraries within
Mm-hmm.
the extended area. Um, yeah, but it's good. I really appreciated it. There might be some things like toward the end that, depending on the type of person you are, that you might be frustrated by, and I'm not gonna really spoil what that is. Things that typically people expect to see in a story do not happen at the end of the story. I'll just say that. Which kind of makes sense for this type of a for like East Asian types of content. They usually leave things more open ended. Whereas, like in the West, we often have to close everything off. Like our stories have to be like everything's got to be tied up. This one does tie things up, but it shows some aftermath with different characters that like just goes in a direction that you wouldn't typically expect. So that's all I can kind of say. Um, so depending on the type of person you are, you may not appreciate that. I kind of liked it because it felt like, again, it felt like true to what the entirety of the story felt like. It felt more like real life, let's put it that way. Um, Rather than like a Hollywood movie type of a thing. So, yeah, that's what I would say. If you wanted to see the new series that the anime that they did of the prequels, um, they're like from 2015 or whatever. They're very good. You're just going to be sad if you can't move forward because they literally didn't make the rest of the series
Mm-hmm.
after that. So that's the only thing. But
Yeah, I was a little sad.
mhm. Yeah. So here's hoping someday they will do it, but yeah, we're already like a decade past that now, so I don't know. They may never.
I
Um
mean, Bleach got a their final season, and Yona of the Dawn is getting their final season, but also at the same time, if
mhm.
Full Metal Alchemist can't be bothered to fix the start of their series, then I don't have much hope for Mobile Gundam either. Just saying. That's my
Yeah,
hot
it's
take.
hard to say. Hard to say. I think there would have to be just like this extreme amount of desire from it from an audience, and there just
Mm-hmm.
isn't because a lot of the people that love this original story are kind of like if you look on online forums like I did, you'll see that when people are like, "Hey, are they ever going to make like a version that follows the origin rather than just the original series?" And a lot of people will mock them for saying that. They'll be like, just watch the original series. That's the way that it was meant to be. Remaking stuff is stupid. Just watch the original version. And I think it's just those are people who are nostalgic and like stuck in their ways and kind of stuff like that to
Mm.
some degree. although I do understand that feeling because it depends on the series, I just think if they made a revised version anime like they did with the prequels, like if it was of that quality and that close to
Mm-hmm.
the original material, that like in this 12 volume series, it would be really really good, I think, because they didn't differ hardly at all from it. So it's not like, oh, they're going to inject all this other garbage into it. Like it stayed true to
Mm-hmm.
what the story was. So like I
Mm-hmm.
don't think this would be a problem. It would just be a straight up update to what the original was. Um and if I even remember correctly, I think like the reason that they did this revised version too was to like change a couple of things that they kind of like wished they could have in the original films and stuff
Mm.
like that, and not rush certain things that maybe they had to rush. So like it was for decent reason. It sounded like it didn't just sound like, oh, we're remaking it because we have to change the narrative or something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the only way that's the only reason I would disagree with them, but I do understand, like I do have respect for those who have nostalgia for things and are just like, no, just watch the original and so on and so forth. So
Yeah. I think there's I think we've been traumatized by some reboots of things
yeah,
that
yeah,
it's like, nope, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't look at it. Don't breathe at it. Don't even think about it. Because
yep,
we're all so worried
yep,
about them destroying something that we really, really enjoy. So I get
yep. It's
that.
so
But at the
true.
same
So
time, like the prequel that they did, like again, the art fan freaking tastic. And the fact that like even you confirmed that it's basically the entirety of that section of the manga. Like that's rare. That's very rare.
hmm yeah, it was almost like shot for shot verbatim. So like if you just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see it like in motion and with people talking, which also helps you understand what's kind of happening a little bit better too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Um that's just the best way to view it, is it's like, oh, this is great because it's literally like shot for shot.
Mm-hmm.
Minor changes. I think I noticed like three minor changes that weren't like super big, but like were like, there was one that I remember that I was like, oh, that changes the reason why this happened, I guess, which is strange. I kind of liked it better in the manga, but I digress. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and to answer your question, Squirrel, I do know BattleTech. I have not played it. I don't know much about it. I kind of I've always kind of wanted a miniature war game mech series that was like something that kind of helped, what's the word I'm trying to say, so because like all the ones that I've ever seen are very much based in like a very very real reality, and I'm like, it would be kind of cool to have a miniature war game mech series that kind of mixes some of the more fantastical mech series with like
Mm.
with some of the more grounded ones in like you could even do like different eras. So in my mind, I always envisioned it would be cool if there was a miniature war series that kind of like had an era that adhered to something like Gurren Lagann, and then had to
Mm-hmm.
something like Gundam, and then one that adhered to something more realistic, like a real like military type of a setting. I like those little bit more sci-fi-ish settings, so I'm but anytime I've ever seen ones like, again, like BattleTech, just the mechs in there just aren't that cool to me.
Mm.
That's kind of the issue I have with it. Whereas like I really like the mobile suit Gundam mechs, whether it's the ones that are bipedal or they have like these little gun tanks that are cool, or they have arms and a head, but their body is like a tank, like the legs are like a tank. Um, so like it has like a little bit more interestingness to it. And then of course, obviously, I love Gurren Lagann, where like all the mechs can like physically talk with this giant mouth in their stomach and stuff like that. I think that's really funny and also very cool. So, um, yeah, I wish that they would do something like that, because I would very likely be into it if they did more where it was more uh broader in terms of like a mecha kind of thing, or even if you could like build your own army so that some people could do realistic and some people could do more fantastical, and then you would
Mm.
just have to have a battle system that allowed for that, like there's pros and cons to either or something. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
either that or you only do battles with the fantastical ones for certain settings, and you do battles with the more realistic ones for certain settings. I don't know, but yeah, not a huge fan of what I saw in terms of just like the mechs were just not that interesting to me.
Mm.
Um, I was kind of interested at one point in Trench Crusade, but I wasn't a big fan of the people that were behind it. They sounded very like their ideology wasn't the greatest, so I just kind of walked away from it because I'm like, oh, okay, it sounds like they were just kind of mocking religion and stuff.
Mm.
Okay, well, that's whatever then. But yeah, I just if I ever wanted to get into something, especially something like that where it's going to be way more expensive than just like a video game, I want and I'm going to spend a lot of time doing it potentially. I want to really like the lore, I want to like the models, I want to like how the game plays and how it works. So if all those things don't kind of fully come together, then I'm kind of like that's why I'm not really into like currently any form of miniature war game. So
Mm. I don't know if this counts as a mech game, but what was that one you were doing before that you had the different terrains and you had to protect the buildings but then also battle monsters and stuff?
yeah, that was Into the Breach.
Oh, okay, okay. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah, love that game too, yeah, because that one has really cool looking little mechs. It's all
Hmm,
very
hmm.
like Game Boy graphics, kind of, like
Yeah.
that pixel art. Um, but yeah, it's really yeah, that's a great little game. So yeah, it's like it's really just like when it comes to mechs for me, I really care about like the design. I care about like their like the setting kind of too. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why Gurren Lagann just works for me because I really love all of it together.
Mm-mm.
Um, and in Mobile Suit, I like it all together for like a different reason because it's like it's got that little hint of sci-fi, but it's still grounded. So it's just tonally different than Gurren Lagann, but it works for that world. Um, so yeah, like because again, like some of the things that are a little goofy is like realistically, like like in the picture that you're seeing on screen, the pilot is in the chest because like
Mm-hmm.
that's where like the little cockpit is, but the head is a camera, so that's how they can actually view the world. So it's like, wait, so the
Ah.
head is just a camera? So it's like, okay, so that just kind of makes it seem like, okay, you did that for aesthetic purposes to make it look more like a human when you really could have probably just had cameras on like the pecs of the this suit, basically, kind of like how
Mm-hmm.
Gurren on the table there is, where he doesn't have a head, he just has the chest piece with the mouth in
Mm-hmm.
the center or whatever. Um, but it's obvious that they're doing that because they wanted it to look like a giant humanoid robot, right? So they have to give a reason for like why the head exists if the person's not in the head, they're actually in the chest.
Mm-hmm. But
But I
that
like that. I
360
think that
camera
that's cool.
though.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Just turn your head all the
360
way
camera.
around. Sorry, didn't mean to
Mhm.
get you off there.
Yeah, no. No. But yeah, that's it. That's basically my little thing on Mobile Suit. So I would say if you have any interest in any of those concepts whatsoever, you just want like to see a good story,
Mm-hmm.
again, something that's interesting and you like kind of more sci-fi-ish stuff, but that's something that's still very grounded. Like it doesn't deal with aliens, it deals strictly with human beings. Um you would very much potentially like this. So,
Mm-hmm. And if you want to cry, go watch the prequel.
mhm.
Just be
Yep.
sad and cry. Just go watch the prequel they made.
Yeah. It is very
Ah,
tragic. A lot of the story, especially in the prequel, is very tragic. So
gosh.
it's kind of just suffering after suffering, but it's like it really makes you feel like it's like a World War II drama, where just it's a lot of sadness before anything good happens.
At least you got
Kind of like
closure.
Schindler's List. Yeah,
You got closure. I got
exactly.
depression.
You did, yeah. Sorry about that.
It
Uh,
is what it is. It's fine. Uh,
what's my favorite Gundam model? Hard to say because I've only ever seen this one series so far. So if you're talking strictly Gundam, I don't know right now. Um, if I had to just say, I mean, I think the white suit's pretty cool. Um, but they're a little bit blockier than what I care for. Like again, Gurren Lagann doesn't count as Gundam, but I just really like the designs in Gurren. Like all the different mechs in Gurren Lagann are very unique and varied and interesting and do different abilities and stuff like that. I think that that's really cool. But again, Gurren Lagann's like it's just higher forms of reality rather than being attempting to be more in our reality. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have like a favorite yet. Um, I did like the RX-78. I thought that was a cool model. It was cooler than most everything else. Although I did like I liked Red Comet's mobile
Mm,
suit. I can't remember what that one was called. It had a name too. I can't remember though.
that was cool.
The M4 or something. I can't remember. But so Hood's got a thing for depression. What can he say? I mean, yeah, I kind of like it. It's fun. It's fun. It that's like where all like the good storytelling is, you know, like things are like sad because that's like then it allows for so it's like they went down like really deep into sadness and then it's like the only place you can go is up, right? It's so, but you know. Anyway,
Hi, Rico. Thank you for the lurk.
Rico.
We love you. Oh man. But
I'll
yeah.
have to see what's going on, Rico, but I'll try and see if I can be there. So,
As long as I don't
but
lose my voice by the end of podcast, I think I should be there.
yeah, what's up with your voice? You shouldn't be losing that still. You're like
I don't
better
know.
now.
Like my throat doesn't hurt. It
Yeah.
just it's like this. And even like I'm not really congested. So I don't know if
Drink water.
I've been my God, I've been drinking so much water. So I don't know if it's like laryngitis or something, but it's
Could be.
something.
Could be. Could have shifted, but
Yeah. So
anyway,
we're
let's go to
taking
one
it
of your
in stride.
series now.
All right. Well, I just had these in order of what we put them down for. So SpongeBob, guys.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob boy.
Yeah, this is all cats because I recently had her go through all of the 3 seasons, the original 3 seasons, and then the movie,
Mm-hmm.
the first movie, because that's the only ones that I really care about.
Mm-hmm.
Which and it's funny too, just like for my little opening here, like I was not like super into SpongeBob growing up. That was more my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
But I still had it on in the background when I was doing stuff or whatever. Like I didn't go out of my way to necessarily watch it like I did like Fairly Odd Parents or Jimmy Neutron or I don't know Ben 10 and stuff like that. Especially Ben 10. I went out of my way to watch Ben 10. But because it was just so prevalent and it was on all the time and like it was still fun to watch and stuff, it was like the memes are drilled into my brain. They're like in my DNA. I'm gonna be 90 years old, dementia, saying I'm ready, or bran flakes, bold new taste, bran flakes. It's like
No,
it's just drilled into my head forever, you know.
you're gonna be
Um,
the old man in his little scooter ripping down the halls. Alien hunting! Alien hunting!
exactly. Or I'll be chasing people being like, chocolate, chocolate. But anyway, I wanted Kat to see it because Kat told me, oh yeah, I never saw SpongeBob. I'm like, you've never seen SpongeBob? She's like, yeah, it looked kind of dumb. And I'm like, well, agreed, because the newer stuff is trash. But like, have you seen the older stuff at all? And she's like, I mean, I've seen a clip or two, like, so I kind of get it, but like, yeah, I just have never. I'm like, will you please watch it just so that way you understand the memes? And she said, sure, I'll give it a try. And so then, now it's that Kat can say what she feels.
Now I'm worried that Hood's gonna have his feelings hurt if I say anything negative about this. But
No,
yeah.
this is your go. Again, SpongeBob was like not. That's not like it's not like a I love this show. It's more like it's just again the memes are drilled into my brain. They don't leave. It's just there. You know.
Yeah. Which fun fact, guys. I don't know. Maybe I won't share it.
Hmm.
Uh, nah, I'll share it. Me, Hood, and Joseph were doing a recording session the other day, and by the end of it, Joseph had to go back and listen through his audio because he forgot like his thing wasn't picking up his mic. And so he went back through to try and find where it was that it like how far in. And he was listening to like, me making comments and Hood making comments. He's like, man, Hood makes a lot of SpongeBob references. I'm like, okay, oh my gosh. I'm like, I thought I was the only one that was picking up on that. And we just thought it was the funniest thing. But also at the same time, we were watching SpongeBob. So it only made sense that it was fresh in his mind. I just thought it was really funny because now I get all the references. And so now when Hood starts making references, I actually know where it's from now. and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's SpongeBob. Oh, hey, that's SpongeBob too. Hey, wait a minute, that's also SpongeBob. But um yeah, I grew up without like cable or satellite or anything. So we just watch TV stuff when we'd go when my one set of grandparents were babysitting us and things like that. And the SpongeBob that I was exposed to was just it felt like literal brain rot to me. I'm like, forget this stuff. I want my Teen Titans. I want my Kim Possible. I want my Justice League. I want like, give me a good story and good characters. What is this trash? What is this mumbo jumbo? And so it wasn't banned, but I was like, nah, it's not for me. And then when was that? Was that just like a couple months ago? No, that was a few months ago. When we were talking
Something
about
like that.
yeah, we were talking about SpongeBob. And again, like Hood making all these references. I'm like, I don't know what that's from. He's like, have you never seen SpongeBob? I'm like, nah, it wasn't really my thing. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, it was just brain rot. He's like, well, when did you watch it? Did you watch the first 3 seasons? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, I've seen clips, I've seen this and that. It felt cringe and just, what is this? He's like, okay, well, at least try the first couple seasons. I'm like, okay, sure. And so we watched them. Thanks for the bits, Max. And thanks for the lyric. And so we did watch the first 3 seasons in the movie. And it was, I will admit, it was fun. It was definitely, again, it's not meant to be taken seriously. And Hood kept making comments about how like something sad would happen to someone, and I'd be like, that's so sad.
It was so funny, dude. I'm like, you're not crying over SpongeBob. SpongeBob's
No,
not meant to be taken seriously.
I was crying over Sandy. That's what I was crying over. Gosh. But no, like I empathize with people. I sympathize with people. So of course you give me a character that's like being made fun of or whatever. And it's like, oh no, I'm sad for them. Like that's sad. Um, but no, it was good. And now I understand all his quotes. And now I'm also picking up quotes that like other people say, like either in streams or online and stuff. And yeah, it's I feel, what's the word I'm even looking for? Like I get it now. So it's
Yeah,
kind
you're like
of
in the in now. You're
yeah.
and you're in on the jokes now.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just kind of like, oh, I get this now. Okay, whereas before I'm like, okay, yeah, haha, that's funny, whatever. Move on. Whereas now I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Now, do I remember every single thing about SpongeBob? No. But now I get the jokes. Now I get the references and things like that. And now anytime Hood makes a reference, I pick it out immediately and I'm like, dang, he likes his SpongeBob.
I told you, it's just drilled into my brain. It's like it's become part of my vocabulary. If someone triggers something that makes me think of one of the moments, it's like I have to say it. It just like comes
Oh,
out, and I
same.
forget. Like it won't happen. Like you won't notice it until it happens. Like I can't even like think of one right off the top of my head. It's just if someone says something a particular way, then like like it just like if someone's just like, oh man, that's ugly, and then I'd be like, ugly? You gotta be kidding me. It's like I can't, I have to do it. I have to do it.
Or Grace
Or if
saying her
somebody's like,
favorite
oh,
colors.
dude, look at it, look at it, look at it. Then I'd be like, look at it, look at it. I want you all to look at it. It's like, it's just like, it's in my very DNA. I can't get rid of it.
Or like you go into the casino and it's like, escalators,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So no, it was fun. It was wholesome. It was cute and stuff. And again, like it's not meant to be taken seriously. So it was kind of nice to, because we usually watch in the evenings, and some days it's like, oh, I'm just so tired. When it comes to SpongeBob, it's like, okay, I don't have to be thinking about the plot. I don't have to be thinking about what happened last episode. I just sit down and I watch, and it's just silly goofy. So, but yeah, no, I did enjoy it. I don't think I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch it again sometime soon. No, but if I needed something to like put on in the background, while editing or doing things like that, I could put that on because again, it's funny and I can listen to it, but it doesn't require my full attention. So, and yeah, there
Yeah.
were some funny quotes in there. There were some funny lines in there and stuff. So, um, yeah, no, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Is it my all-time favorite series? No. Did I hate it? No. It was fun. It was fun. And now I can actually call you guys goofy goobers because I actually know what that is.
Yeah.
So
And like that's the appropriate response. Like SpongeBob is not like fine art. It's just
no.
it's meant it's literally meme material at this point. At like in this
Yeah.
day and age especially. That's what it's there for. Like that's that and so it's like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but have you seen SpongeBob in Tehran? I don't know what you're talking about at
No
all.
clue.
Not a single clue.
Hmm.
Um But yeah, no. I mean, like that's the proper response. Like I never had you watch it thinking like this is the greatest show. I wanted you to cuz she like didn't understand any of the jokes that were ever being made. Like it didn't make sense to her. She's like, "Okay, like whatever." I'm like, "How do you I'm like you need to watch this so that way you understand when people say things or when they make a joke. Then you'll know where it's coming from. Like now say tax exemption, or what's the other one? The oh yeah, that's what we call sentence enhancers. You know, it's like you don't get it unless you've seen SpongeBob. So it's like
He
you
just
just
didn't
feel
want
like,
me to embarrass him in
okay,
public anymore.
yeah, to just
He's
be
like,
like, what are you talking about?
don't embarrass me, man. Come on. Give me the program. Ah. Because I just remember, what was it? You and Rico quoting SpongeBob during some of our collabs and
Yeah.
stuff. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Krabs.
Come see your new employee. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, it's really silly goofy. Um, and you know, sometimes it's nice to have a little silly goofy. And I completely understand Hood. I speak in movie, TV series quotes all the time. Although
Mhm.
unfortunately for me, no one usually knows where it's from or what it is. Whereas SpongeBob, I feel like the majority knows SpongeBob. Whereas for me,
Mhm.
I'll quote some cartoon, thought it was a fever dream movie, and nobody knows it except for, who was it? I think Lion. I think Lion knew one of the movies I was talking about. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, you watched it too. I'm like, oh my gosh, you did too. Ah. But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's fair.
there's just, I don't know. I feel like it's maybe more so our generation that speaks in like quotes and memes and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's still a thing,
because
but yeah.
it's because it was more prevalent during our age, I think. So it's like, because like people say technically memes have existed forever, but like
Mhm.
not in the way that once people who were on the internet had them. Like it's like
Mhm.
different once the internet became a thing that people were in all the time.
Yeah.
Um, and so that would have been like right at the age that SpongeBob was kind of like a thing, and I think that that's why it's such a prevalent one is because of that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
So
fair.
it's hard to escape it almost because of that. But um yeah. See see
He
even the people in
wumbo,
chat can't help
she
themselves.
wumbo, we wumbo.
Wumboing, wumbixing, wumbology, the study of wumbo. It's first grade, SpongeBob. Like I'm telling you, they're just stuck. It's stuck in my brain. They never leave. It's just whatever it comes out, it's there. You
Oh,
know.
East. I thought you said Weast.
You're fired again.
You're fired.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
work here. Would you like a job? Sure, you're fired.
Yeah.
Like there's just
Fired.
things like that where it's like, how can you not laugh at that? 'Cause it's just
Mhm.
it's
You
funny.
know, it's
It's
literally
funny.
just slapstick. That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
slapstick. Um, and yeah, and again, I would never ever force somebody to watch anything past the first movie. I'm like, you
Mm-hmm.
do that at your own risk because you know it's highly hit or miss after that in any way, shape, or form. And
Mm-hmm.
so, but I'm like the other ones, the ones prior to that though, I'm like they're fun. Like it's literally like again, even like you said, I could see myself putting this on while I'm editing or something. That's
Yeah.
literally what we did as children. We had it on in the background while we were playing with our action figures or
Yeah.
Barbie dolls or whatever
Yep.
someone was
Yep.
playing with. And that so it's just like so you just heard it all the time because it was
Mm-hmm.
just that type of a thing.
And
Although
it,
some people go ahead.
no, 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 no. Finish what you say first.
Some people though had parents where they were like, "Oh, you can't watch SpongeBob because he's in his underwear all the time or takes it off," which I think is kind of goofy, but to each their own. Everyone had
Mm-hmm.
different parenting styles, I suppose. So
Yeah.
funny enough, like my parents didn't care about SpongeBob so much. They cared more about like Fairly Odd Parents and Scooby Doo
Mm.
and even Ben 10
Yes.
for a second there, um, because they were more worried about the magic and the ghosts and the aliens and stuff like that influencing me more so than a square sponge that has took his pants off or something. Like it's just
Yeah.
that wasn't on their worry list as much. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, my parents were very like anti Scooby Doo, which I thought that was the funniest thing because it's not actually monsters, it's people. So it's like
yeah,
they're not real.
at
It's
least not until the '90s series, but
true, true, true.
or films series of films. But yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd sneakily watch Scooby Doo at my friend's house because she loved Scooby Doo. Oh, Tunis, absolutely. Yep, yep. My we had to learn, even like watching anime, we had to learn when to watch it and when we shouldn't watch it, like when my folks were around. Because what was it? I okay, I won't say what series you were watching because I wouldn't really recommend the series to people. But this one boy got stabbed, and so he's screaming, and obviously like it's subbed and it's this boy, so he's got like a more high, or it was like a female voice actor for it or whatever, and all we hear from upstairs is my mom yelling at us, somebody tell that little girl to shut up. So yeah, some of the voices really irked the adults back when we were younger, so we had to learn when to watch things and when not to watch things. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's fair. No, I just mainly I'm like I just need you to see this so that you understand now. Then
Mm-hmm.
then I'll like Fairly Odd Parents, whatever. Even though I actually like that one better growing up, like that's whatever. Jimmy Neutron, that's whatever. Those are all separate things. SpongeBob is like almost cultural. Like you don't understand some like things that people are saying and doing
Mm-hmm.
without having understood that. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm like, let's educate you here for a minute. So
Well, like you said, it was a big part of meme culture. Like, heck, even like
yeah,
me and the boys up at 3 a.m. looking for beans. Like it's all part of the meme
yeah,
culture. So um
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, no, I grew up under a rock. So, and then also some things were for me, some things were or weren't for me, and some things my parents were like, nope, can't watch that. Like I didn't, guys, I
Yeah.
didn't want I didn't watch Harry Potter until 2021. Or maybe it was 2022. I can't remember. So yeah, again, I was raised under a rock. So art thou feeling it
Yeah.
now, Mr. Krabs?
Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Oh my gosh. Anyway, that was SpongeBob for me. Again, nothing like, oh my gosh. Except for, the whole thing of just now I get it. So now
Yeah.
anytime Hood makes a SpongeBob reference, I immediately know and I can start counting how many SpongeBob references he makes in one sitting.
Could start the tally. Oh my
uh
gosh. Yeah, no, I'd actually probably be a little concerned if you were like, this is if you were acting like Squidward and being like, this is art, you know.
No, no. Although I will say there were times where Squidward's so freaking relatable.
People said that. Oh my gosh. Like people have memes literally where they're like Squidward when I was a kid and it's like, where he's like just mean and whatever. Squidward when I'm older and it's just like, yeah, no, he's kind of relatable. Like he's kind of like I get it.
Well, it's like, okay, now that we're all adults, kind of like, either living on our own or aware of like, our neighbors and things like that. It's like if I had a neighbor like SpongeBob, I would lose my freaking mind. Well, even
Yeah.
like who said it earlier? Someone earlier was like made the Squidward comment of like, I wonder if I threw myself from this height if it would kill me. Just like
Yeah.
some days, man, some days. Just
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, that's all I got for SpongeBob. It's funny. It's funny.
That's fair. That's all we ask for.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you're initiated.
Congratulations, you've corrupted me now.
Mhm.
All right. I think I had another one of yours
Okay.
for next. So we got Trigun.
Yeah, Trigun. Okay. Yeah, we were just pulling different ones that we've kind of finished. And so Kat showed me Trigun.
Yeah.
Uh the original Trigun, for anyone that may wonder, is
Yeah.
the
We haven't
90s
watched
version.
we haven't watched the new one yet, but I think that's going on
Haven't
the
watched
list
that one.
eventually. Just to
Yeah,
see, because
yes, because we've heard since they added Millie into the new series, we're like, okay, maybe it's worth checking out now because
yeah.
I even was like, after seeing the original series, I'm like, how could you take out Millie? She's
Yep.
literally like the favorite character, I
Yep.
feel like, for everybody.
Yep.
Um,
I'm still convinced that they only brought her in because there was so much backlash. But they're like, oh no, we planned to bring her in for the beginning. It's like, no, you didn't. No, you freaking didn't. Because she's like a strong, independent woman who chooses to be feminine and wants a big family and wants to, be a housewife or whatever. And no, that doesn't fit in with your feminism. Don't give me that crap. You just brought her in because everyone complained.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
Millie was
I
like
digress.
best girl. She's like the best
Millie's so
character.
good. I love Millie. Watch it just for Millie, guys. For anything, watch it for Millie.
Yeah, even like and again, even in like the new series, they really, I felt like, did pretty good justice to her slight remodeling that they gave her, because it's very
Mm-hmm.
slight. It's like she's still very tall. She still has the same proportion. She still looks like Millie. She still, like, everything is there. The only thing I miss is they took away her trench coat, which is like
Yes.
that's such an iconic part of her that it's kind of sad that it's not there. And I feel like you could have had it and still had a updated look by, instead of it being closed like it is in the original series, have it open so that you can see the tie and the dress coat and the leggings that they gave her, and the belt. You could have done that and still had her wear the coat, but they took it away, which is kind of sad. But
Yeah. Yeah. They gave everybody else a coat except her. And I'm like, bro, her whole thing is like same with Vash with his coat. It's like
yeah.
it's like taking away
Yeah.
Vash's coat. Well, okay, I will say I'm not a big fan of his new coat, but whatever.
Yeah, they did kind of mess with his new coat, yeah.
They did. I'm a little
Um
peeved about that. Just saying. But
yeah,
sorry, this is
'cause
your feedback, not mine. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
no, it's good. Yeah, I think my overall feeling on Trigun is I need to read the manga, because although I did like a lot of, like, I love the atmosphere for sure. I really love that weird West kind of a feel. It feels very like if One Piece was a Western, because like there's some people in there that are just giants. No reason for it. They're just giants. They just are. And that's just
Mm-hmm.
how the world works, and I love that. I think that that's cool. And it's just in a very kind of like weird alternate reality of like the Wild West. So I love that atmosphere. I really like the characters, and I really like especially like how they interact with each other. I think is fun, where the two girls are constantly chasing down this quote unquote like insane killer or whatever, who turns out to be Vash, who's just a goofball. Um
It's Typhoon. No, humanoid Typhoon.
the humanoid typhoon, yeah. Um However, I think for me, the anime struggles, especially later, but just in general, because it's trying to shove so much into a small amount of time, which is
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately a big case for a lot of different anime.
Yeah.
Um, it it feels like certain things are rushed, especially stuff that has to do with Wolfwood. Um, and so because of that, there's certain things that happen that just didn't feel quite as impactful as I felt like they needed to. Certain things in terms of the storyline kind of felt a little convoluted to me, so I was like having a hard time really being like, oh man, like this is really moving me. This is really whatever because of that. But I still liked the overall concept. That's why I'm like, I think the manga is probably going to be better. And it's funny because I actually
Mm-hmm.
can get that at my local library. They have, I believe, at least the first two giant volumes of it. So,
Yes.
um, I may have to snag that at some point and just give it a look to see how much different it is. Because I have heard some people say the manga does actually go into more detail where the anime couldn't. Um, so yeah, there's certain things, especially like at the end, that I just felt like we're like, wait, what the heck? Like that's how that happens? Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um, but again, like I really like what they were going for. So it's really for me, it's the anime that I'm kind of just like, it's not. This isn't the greatest iteration of what I feel like it could have been. However, in terms of like being more true in terms of how it looks and feels to the original manga versus this new Stampede one, it obviously trumps it in that regard because the characters literally look the same. Um, so yeah, I like because I know Trigun is like a super big one that's like so many people are like super into, and I was like some of the story elements were a little bit strange to me, and again, I think that that's just because they weren't going into like great detail because they only had 24 or however many episodes to tell it in, 27 I think
Yeah.
maybe.
Something like that. I can't
um
remember.
so i would I would say that I would have a better ability to judge the story as a whole if I saw the manga at this point. But if I have to judge it based off the anime alone, then it kind of runs into the same issue that The World Ends With You, the animation, had for me, which is like, I'm sure the source material is great because
Mm-hmm.
The World Ends With You is my favorite video game of all time, period. Like, I have yet to find anything that has moved me, that had as interesting of gameplay, that had as interesting of characters, that I felt like I could relate to growing up and all that stuff, as The World Ends With You. But the animation rushes that story to such a degree that it like just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't give enough time for characters to develop, and it turns Neku into this kind of like less less than what he was in the main story. That's all I'll say. So that's kind of what Trigun kind of feels like to me. Is you have this really cool premise, you have this really cool these cool characters, you have a lot of intrigue in terms of like, wait, Vash is not a killer, he's actually a goofy guy, what's that all about? And like, trying to figure all those things out. um i think I think if I was able to see the totality of the story rather than this condensed version, it would feel a little bit different. But the anime on its own head it was fine. Like it's a good one-time watch for me, but I'd probably never return to it again unless I'm trying to pull like a meme or something. Banger opening though. Banger opening for sure.
Yes. The
Um
opening's so sick.
mhm. I
Also,
literally listen to that song when I go running sometimes, so
Rect is about to roll up a newspaper on you.
right. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's one of your favorites, isn't it? I forgot.
See,
Um,
and something I forget is that when I watched this, I had back in OG Anime Afternoon, guys, which by the by, if you're free Sunday afternoons and you like anime, come join us on the Discord. We are going through a couple different series right now. So yeah,
yeah.
come join your fellow weebs. But when we first watched Trigun, we had the master of weebness himself, absolute diehard fan of Trigun, Charles Q Banks, with us. So he was able to explain a lot of things. I couldn't remember a lot of things that he did explain, but because I think he's read the manga multiple times actually. So he was able to explain some things for us that we had questions about. So I'm sorry that
Yeah.
I wasn't as educated to answer your questions with this series, but thank you for watching through it.
Yeah, no, and it was still enjoyed the overall thing of it. It's just I
Mhm.
probably just wouldn't return to it. That's all.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And
That's fair.
like there's certain things about like the pacifism elements that were a little bit like uh, it felt like it didn't make sense story wise in certain regards, or they didn't. At least they didn't give like enough context for me to feel like, oh, it makes sense why it must be this way rather than, until they get to a certain point in the story, I guess. But
Mhm,
like as an
mhm.
overall thing, there's a lot of that where it's just like, really? Like we're still sticking to that, huh? And so again, I just wonder if that's some of the anime rush probably happening. So
Yeah, I
but
think
for
so.
me that was a little bit yeah, because for me that was a little frustrating. So aside from
Yeah.
that though, I did like what it was. So
Mhm.
that's kind of my overall analysis that I would say is and again, I loved Millie, I loved Wormwood, I love um I liked Muriel. Muriel was probably the one that's like my least favorite, but it's only because she's kind of I don't know, the other three just have so much more personality. So it's
He doesn't like
it's
strong,
it's
independent
it's
women friends.
I mean, hey, listen, I think Millie is also strong and independent too. She just wants to have a family, all right? So she's just funnier. That's all I can say. She's just funnier.
She can be a bit of a ditz,
Um,
but I love that about her.
yeah. Yeah, that's what makes her funny.
Smoking's not good for the baby, honey.
Yeah.
Are you expecting like sextuplets? Yeah, it's gonna be a big family, right, honey? It's just like
Oh my
ah,
goodness.
I'm sorry. I just love that series. My gosh. I will say,
Yeah,
Vash was a big inspiration for one of the characters that I'm writing in my series. So
that is fair. That is fair. He's very cool, and I really feel like Johnny Young Bosch did a really good job voicing him in the dub.
oh my gosh, did he ever?
Um,
Yep.
Yeah, that was like he's just a good voice actor, but that he really showed like because I grew up hearing his voice as Ichigo Kurosaki in Bleach, which is very
Hmm.
tonally different than Vash the Stampede, who's a
Yeah.
goofy guy. Um, so yeah, it was definitely very interesting seeing that difference. Um, but yeah, and the voice acting was that was the other thing too was in this anime too. I felt the voice acting was like fun for what it
Hmm.
was, like especially being a '90s show. But there's a lot of times where some of the deliveries are just very not the greatest, so it like kind of threw
Yeah.
me off a little bit.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I was gonna say, guys, I oh, there's one scene where somebody cries, and in the dub, like, yeah, it's sad or whatever. In the subbed, that person needs a raise because oh my gosh, like it you'd think someone actually died in the voice
yeah,
actor's life. Like they did such a freaking good job. So
yeah,
unfortunately the dub was a little lackluster for that, but still,
right,
still.
yeah. I thought it was suitable, but then when you showed me the other, I'm like, oh yeah, no,
Yep.
yeah.
No,
You
once
feel it a little harder.
oh, once you've witnessed the cinema masterpiece of the subbed, it's hard to go back to the dubbed. And it's like, ah.
That's fair because we did watch it in dubbed. Because I had heard that people liked that one,
Mhm. Oh
so
yeah, yeah, yeah. The dubbed was still
and
good.
I can't even remember. I think that's all we had access to as well. I don't know if we could have watched the other because of where we watched it at. So
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we could have,
I
but
I can't remember, but
yeah. That was I think that was the only moment that I'm like, "Okay, Hood, you have to hear the sub version of this." I think that was the only moment in the entire
yeah,
series that I was like, "Okay." It's like again, they did a good job. The voice actors and actresses did a great job. There's just that one
yeah,
scene that it's like it doesn't capture the raw emotion as well as the subbed. So,
yeah, yeah. So it felt like it potentially could have been like production issues of why they had to kind of run through some of it a
mhm.
little bit, but so it just judging the anime on its own, that's how I feel about that. But I can't judge the entire story as a whole because I just feel like the anime maybe didn't give it the justice it maybe deserved that I could tell was probably there. So that's kind of my overall, I think, final statement on it is I like a lot of elements about it. I just think the anime didn't probably do it the justice it needed. So That's my opinion anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, no, that's fair. If you do end up reading the manga, let me know how that goes, because
yeah,
I'd like to, but
for sure.
I don't have the resources around me quite as accessible as you do. So
That's fair. That's
carry
fair.
on for me. Uh,
I have to read Grace's quick little list here. She has
yeah.
Trigun,
Mm-hmm.
Kame-sama Kiss. You'd probably
Yes.
like Kame-sama Kiss, Grace.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She
Um,
would.
The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. You'd also probably like that one.
Hmm.
Yona of the Dawn. I don't
Yes.
know that one, so
Yes.
great.
Yes.
So
She'll like it.
Cat would have to tell you.
Mhm.
Solo Leveling, Soul Eater. Soul Eater. You can probably skip that one unless you want to read the manga. It becomes unfortunate, but that's
Yeah,
all I'll
I've
say on
heard.
that. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You should
Yep.
definitely watch that. The Cat and the Dragon. I don't even know what that is.
Never heard
Secrets
of
of the
it.
Silent Witch. Don't know
Yes,
what that
Grace, you
is
will
either.
love it. You will love it. You will love it. I haven't finished it yet, but you will love it.
My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999. Is that the one you told me about?
Yes, yes, we need to watch it. I've heard wonderful things about it. We need to watch it.
Okay, fair enough. Ascendance of a Bookworm. Another one, I think.
Yep.
Dororo, which, as you said, maybe because
Yeah,
sounds like that's just straight depression.
you
That's a
got it.
series I would like. It sounds like
Yeah,
so.
I was gonna say I should almost get you to watch it, Hood, because again, you gotta be in a well, actually no, I can't even say that because freaking Lizzie, when she was super sick, decides, you know what? Life sucks right now. I'm in pain and I'm sad. You know what I'm gonna watch? I'm gonna go watch freaking Dororo. But she did enjoy it. She did enjoy it. She's not depressed. She's fine. So I guess you don't have to be in the right. Well, I'd still say you have to be in not a bad headspace to watch it because it is
That's fair.
really sad, in some instances. So
That's fair.
sorry, I cut you off.
And then there's Comey Can't Communicate, which that I've stayed away from that one only because I think there's some weird stuff in there that I'm like in terms of agenda stuff, but it's hard to tell. I only watched I think the first episode and it was a long time ago.
I haven't watched it.
Um yeah, I actually may have even read the manga a little bit up until a certain point, but I can't remember. And then Bocchi the Rock I haven't seen.
Oh, Grace,
Um
if you're someone who gets secondhand embarrassment, you might need someone to digitally hold your hand while you watch Bocchi the Rock. It's so good, but there's some moments that are so cringe. But as, little introverts and socially awkward people, we can kind of relate.
That's fair. Erased, skip. You don't need to watch that one.
No! I will fight you. I
Yes,
will
skip
freaking
it.
fight you.
Skip it. You don't need to watch that one.
No, watch it.
Um,
It's good. The last bit, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think kind of the same thing. They had
By
to
last
rush
bit, she
it.
means the last half of the series. Anyway,
I will throw you. I will throw you through this window behind me here.
Your Lie in April. That one's good. That one's good,
Haven't
but
seen
also
it.
depression. Okay, Grace, if you want to experience Steins Gate, I bid you that you should watch either the version that I did with the visual novel because I've done the whole thing over on my channel, or wait until me and Kat do it, where we're gonna be
Oh
potentially
yeah.
at some point in the future
Yeah.
playing through Steins Gate for her content, because the visual novel is so much better paced in terms of like the build up for things than the anime. The anime's like a little too quick. It just rushes things. It's pretty like it in terms of like the beats that it hits, it's pretty in line with the visual novel, but it's just too quick. So you lose some of the emotional impact that you would otherwise get if you did the visual novel. So either do that or play the visual novel yourself. They're also coming out with a reiterated version of it, like a what do you want to call it? Not remastered. It's reimagined version of Steins Gate,
Mm.
which basically is the same story but with a little bit like I think it's slight changes and like slight story differentiations. And I'm probably also going to be playing that for my channel because that's a big portion
Ay.
of my audience loves Steins Gate. So,
Mm-hmm.
so depending, I would say wait for those. Don't watch the anime first, only because it rushes it very quickly through a lot of different things. So yeah, and then Frieren, understandable at least from my perspective. Wonder Egg Priority, which I have heard of but don't know very well. Grave of the Fireflies is really good, Grace, but that one is that is
I
just
refuse to watch
that's
it.
it's very sad.
I refuse
It's
to watch
very
it.
sad.
I will never watch
It's
it.
yeah, it's very sad. Yeah, that's if you just want to hurt for the catharsis of it. Basically, it's a very good story, but it's just so sad.
See,
Um,
and I thought Dororo was sad. No, 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 no. At least there's some hope in there. You're the Fireflies. You just hate
it
yourself.
it's just it's pain.
I
It's
just
just
hate
pain.
myself.
Yeah, it's just pain.
Uh,
And then Princess Mononoke is really good too. That's like
that's a good one.
that's maybe my favorite Ghibli film. Maybe. No, that's a lie. Because Castle in the Sky was my favorite. That'd be my
Oh, I
second
haven't seen that
favorite.
one yet.
So yeah, I love Castle in the Sky. It's
I
very
heard
good.
good things about
Very
it.
beautifully done art. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I had to go through that because I just saw a giant list and I'm like, oh no,
Yep. Nope.
I must rate these.
We like lists. We like lists. Lists are good.
So yeah, you haven't seen any Ghibli films, Grace? Grace, gracious, you haven't seen a single one? Oh my goodness.
Grace, can I
You
interest
gotta
you in
calm.
Howl's Moving Castle? It's one of my all-time favorites.
We we have to have an intervention here. We gotta educate. We have to educate our girl here, I think. Anyway, let's move on.
All right, moving on. Next, we have The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so technically we
Yeah.
talked about this earlier on a different podcast session, but we didn't go into detail. So now we can go into detail. Since I just did Trigun, do you want to start?
Sure. Um, I had seen little snippets and heard things about this. A lot of people were like, I heard nothing negative about it. Except for people like, I don't know if they didn't like rom-coms or they didn't like romance or the like I got diabetes from it or something. I was like, what? And so in this day and age, when everything is like depressing or it's just about the comedy or it's vulgar or things like that, this was a nice little bit of fresh air. I could use a little diabetes in my life every so often. Um and oh, a lot of people, okay, that was a big thing. Was a lot of people were commenting on the main girl's fashion. And I love her fashion. It's very cute, it's very flowy, it's very feminine. And I'm like, if I could afford those clothes, I'd wear those clothes cuz they're so freaking cute. Um but yeah, it's basically like uh they haven't gotten too into the story. I accidentally stumbled upon a major spoiler on TikTok. Which I was like, oops, oops. But even like from the first season you can see like it's basically kind of like a modern day version of Romeo and Juliet kind of dealio. But they did it in such a way that you're not like, oh, it's the typical this or that or whatever. It's done very well. It's very sweet. Both characters are just absolutely lovable. It's more so from the guy's perspective. Um, but oh man, it's just so good. It's so cute. I like it. I like
And
it
it's
a
not
lot.
over either.
It's not over. It's not over yet. There's another season coming. Woo.
So it's
Yeah.
technically not even done through all the way yet. So we might get from her perspective later. Who knows?
Yes. So, all that to say, from a woman's perspective, from a hopeless romantic's perspective, I loved it very, 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 very much. So, but I'm going to pass the mic to a man for a man's perspective on it.
Yeah, it was like in terms of like storytelling, it's there's literally no stakes throughout the entire thing. Like any stakes that are brought up are very mild to begin with anyway, and
Hmm.
they're very quickly dealt with. Like it's not like there's a lot of oh no, what's going to happen too much. Like anything that typically is brought up is usually dealt with in that episode or just the very next episode, and it's usually very, again, mild things. This isn't uh like life altering necessarily types of things. It's more just like inconveniences is what it felt like more. That aside though, it is very wholesome. It is just like if you just want to be happy, you watch Fragrant Flower. That's if you just want to be happy, because that's what this show is all about. It's just like, hey, don't you wish that you could that things just work out? That's this show. is just things working out and the characters being like both the guy and the girl are like super flustered about each other from the perspective of a guy and a girl. So the guy's just like, oh gosh, she probably thinks I'm stupid now. Oh frick, oh man, I can't believe. Oh, why did I send that text message? Oh shoot, why did I? And then she's on the other side being like, should I go dress myself? Oh man, I didn't dress up when I went today, and now he saw me gross and whatever. And man, maybe he thinks I eat too much cake and stuff like that. It's super cute. It's really, really like
It's so
you just sit there and you're just
cute.
like, what the frick, you know? Um, so yeah, like it's kind of one of those shows that it's like if you're looking at it from like a very like analytical viewpoint, it's not like the most like keep you on the edge of your seat, like what's gonna happen type of a series because there's really aren't
Mhm.
any stakes. So it's kind of one of those ones that you just accept that that's the case and you watch it just to be happy. That's like basically
Yeah, I was gonna
my main
say,
assessment.
it's like a
Yeah.
very sweet slice of life kind of dealio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what was oh yeah, and I realized immediately that poor Hood is not used to this kind of series because for the first 3 episodes, like, all right, when does she die? When does she die? And I'm like, what do you mean? When did she die? It's like, when did she die? I'm too happy. I'm like, what do you mean? We can have a happy series where nothing
I'm
bad
like, there
happens.
is
It's
too much
fine.
good things happening. Storytelling tells me that something bad has to happen. That's how this works. But
He
it
can
never
just have
happens.
happy. He can just have happy. It's fine to have a
That's
happy.
just not how stories typically work. Typically,
No.
there's always the ebb and flow between the positives and negatives, and it wasn't happening. And I'm like, they're gonna hit us. They keep building up all this happy. That means there has to be a really big drop in negative, which means someone's gonna die. That's what that means. Um, so yeah, but so far it hasn't been that way. Who knows in season 2? But at least season 1, very wholesome, very just make you feel happy inside, and it like
Yeah.
even the parents of the guy are awesome. They're great. They're like the best
Oh,
parents. They're
okay.
literally his mom is his number one fan. His dad is
Yeah.
like a good parental like father figure because he's like super tired all the time trying to like do work. But then when he's like, Dad, I need you to help me with something, he's like, all right, let's do it then. I'm gonna teach you how to do this, but I'm not gonna give it to you. You're gonna have to do it yourself because otherwise it won't feel like an accomplishment. Basically, you're like, gosh dang, they're just all the best people. Like, there's nobody that's bad in this entire story,
Man,
like at all.
I was so worried because again, like for the first like half of the season, you just see his mom. And I'm like, oh man, I'm like, what happened to his dad? I'm like, oh, there's probably like some like divorce or whatever because that's so prevalent now in society and this and that. And, or he died because that's also so prevalent in animes. And then suddenly halfway through the series, he shows up. He looks like The Walking Dead, but that's just because he works so much. And it's like, oh, dad's here. What is dad like? Also wholesome bean. It's like, gosh dang it.
Yup. Yup.
My
Loves his
childhood
wife,
trauma.
loves his kids. Like, he's just a good guy. Like, nothing wrong with him. It's not like he was abusive or something and left and then now he's back to try and like
No.
cause issues. He's
He's
just a good
just
guy.
he's a good guy.
The
He's
reason you
working
didn't see him is
hard.
because he's working all the time. That's why.
Yeah. And he's not like off at some office job where he's having an affair or whatever. No. He's at their family business working hard so that mom
Yup.
can come upstairs and like cook dinner or spend time with son. And so dad's working
Yup.
hard so that mom can love on son. And it's like
Mhm.
Unique. It's so
Yep.
beautiful.
Only thing I
Oh.
haven't seen so far, which I'm wondering if that'll come into season 2, is they have a brother character to the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
the
yeah,
main
yeah.
dude, and we haven't seen him hardly at all. So I don't really know anything about him. So he could maybe be something. They have again like the small amount of antagonism that they comes from like characters that aren't even part of the story. They're kind of like little extras, okay, that do
Mhm.
stuff. So that could allude to potentially being more of conflict later, and so maybe this first portion was just kind of like almost like a wholesome part 1. It's possible, but just the way the ebb and the flow of the story works, it's just a straight like again, if you're talking the positives and negatives of a story that up and down, it doesn't ever go down hardly. It goes up, 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 little scoop down, and then up, 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 and then little scoop down, and then up, up. It's like it just doesn't. There's no like. There's no moment where you're just like, oh, that sucks. Oh, that's so whatever. Like never, never. It's just always good. So like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean,
So
there's one moment where it's like, but again, it's more so like high school, like
yeah.
stakes, so to speak. But then
Hmm.
also like you have like there's someone who wrestles with like anxiety. And so there's a moment where you're like, uh-oh, like, yeah, this person did a dumb because they were
Hmm.
dealing with anxiety and like fear and all that. Is this person gonna, is it gonna end their friendship and stuff? But no, it's just wholesome. It's just freaking
Yeah.
wholesome. So,
And again, it's like as soon as it comes, it's over. Like as
mm-hmm,
soon as it comes, it's over. Like so it's not even something that like cuz typically what a lot of shows would do is they would commit to an idea, it would be bad for a little while and characters would like, you
mm-hmm,
know, then it's like then there'd be resolutions at some point. This doesn't have that. There's no cuz nothing needs to ever get resolved cuz it basically gets worked out within the same episode if not the very next episode. So it's like it just doesn't the show just doesn't allow for that. It's like, nope, we're tricking you a little bit, making you think something's gonna happen, and then it's nope, it's just still happy. So,
mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, so in terms of like storytelling, I think that it's not like the pinnacle of storytelling by any means, but if you just want to be happy, then I think that's a total watch this. So
With all the
it's just like,
depressing. Oh, sorry, go ahead, go
yeah,
ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say with all, with all the depressing stuff. You know how like, yes, watch SpongeBob. You don't have to pay much attention to it. And it's definitely something you don't take seriously. This one, it's like, you just want to be happy. You just want to feel good, pick me up after a depressing day at work or school or whatever, or just, it's like life sucks right now. I want to see somebody happy. Boom. There you go. The fragrant flower blooms with
Hmm.
dignity.
Yeah,
Maybe have a
yep.
Kleenex box though.
There's almost no guessing as to what's going to happen. It's literally just like, oh, they're doing this now together. Yay, let's watch them do this now together. Oh, they're walking down this place together. Let's watch them do that. It's like it's never like, oh man, what's going to happen? Like, is he going to make a mistake? Is he going to it's like no, it's like it really just doesn't even. It's
I
just happy.
mean,
I don't know what else to say.
then there's also the, oh, is this guy gonna get his butt whooped by gangsters? Nah, he takes on the gangsters by
Yeah.
himself and just beats their butts.
Yeah, that was like a form of conflict, but again, immediately, instantly, without
Immediately
any
done with.
consequences. So yeah, it's like it's just yeah,
Ah,
that's just show is just made different. It's just meant to be to where it's like, do you just want to feel good for once instead of everything being so heavy and sucky and sad?
mm-hmm.
Then yeah, you need to watch this show. Here you go.
Yeah.
We made you just happy.
Mafia. Oh my gosh, yes. This anime brought me back to those good old romance anime days before every romance plot was a love triangle. I'm so freaking sick of
Mm,
love triangles. Like, gosh. I agree. I
yeah.
agree. This was nice to like not have that. It's just like a, oh, do they like me? I don't know. Do they like me? I don't know. Who knows? It's like, oh, yes, Tunis. Yes. Okay. It does kind of have Skip and Loafer vibes, but this is like way more diabetes and like way more like it's obvious that there's feelings there. So, but it does have Skip and Loafer vibes, which have you heard of or seen Skip and Loafer?
You
But
only because you told me about it, yeah.
I'm adding it to the list.
Yep.
But yeah,
Love
very much
triangles are
Skip and Loafer
easy. I
vibes.
just need someone to have an original idea. Yeah.
Yep,
Like
yep,
I
yep,
don't
yep.
particularly have like a super big problem with love triangles. I just want like if you're going to do it, I just would like it to be done in an interesting way and not a stereotypical way constantly because then you just can kind of predict what's going to happen. I'm not that's not something that I like I die on that hill type of a deal. My thing is more just like I just want to be surprised if I'm gonna in a typical story. I just want to be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I thought this was gonna happen, and now this happened instead. Um, whereas again, fragrant flowers, it's really pretty predictable, but that they set it up to be that way. It's like they kind of it's like watching Dragon Balls thinking that like there's consequences. There's not. There's not consequences in Dragon Ball Z. People die and then they come back to life. It's just how it works in that show. When you understand what the show is about, then it feels different. Now you can watch it from a different perspective. That's how you're supposed to watch Fragrant Flower. You're not supposed to watch it
Mhm.
from a typical viewpoint of this is how story works because it's not.
Yeah.
This is hyper reality where things work and people are just happy and people are like everyone's a good friend, like everybody's a, like it's just that's just what the show is. So you just have to go into it knowing that. So,
Mhm. Mhm. So, but yeah, again, sometimes you just need a break from the well, even like we were talking Hood, like how watching SpongeBob takes no mental energy. And then watching the Apothecary
yeah.
Diaries took a lot of mental energy because there's so much of this and that. And I just
Yeah.
need okay, I need to grieve here for actually wait, no, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. I got
Okay.
complaints. I got freaking complaints, but I'll wait.
Fair enough. Also, Mafia, I would argue Toradora absolutely is a love triangle. It's just it's
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 it
understated is all.
it doesn't start off as a love triangle. It eventually kind
Yeah.
of turns into that, but it's not like this is the anime, the love triangle. Like no, that's not what it's all
Yeah,
about. It does it tastefully.
it's kind of more like rather than it happening simultaneously, it's more like I like this character, but now I like this character, rather than like who do I choose? Like a Titanic
Yeah, yeah,
situation,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's kind
Gosh.
of more just like, oh, I realize now what I'm really after type of a deal, sort of. But I still feel like it has that. It's just not like it's just not as like on the nose about it. It's more understated
Yeah. And yeah, DJ, yeah.
without
So by
spoiling things.
diabetes, do you mean it's really sweet? Yes, yes. It is very sweet, very wholesome, very like
Yeah.
you just need
This
to be
show is
happy.
drinking sugar. Yeah. That is
again,
all it is.
again, poor Hood wasn't ready for how wholesome it was.
Mhm. Yeah. The main girl eats cake. That's her favorite thing. Like that
Yep.
this is what we're dealing with. It's just she eats that's her favorite thing. She eats cake all the time.
She
She
loves
goes into a
cake.
cake shop and wants to eat cake because she likes all the different cakes. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's like that. Cuz like even Kaon I was saying cuz like Kat was like, "Well, I mean like there's slices of life like Kaon, so that's like." But I'm like, "Okay, even in Kaon though, there are still stakes to some degree because they're trying to like do battle of the bands competition types of things and it involves them having to practice and be good and so it's like oh man are we gonna actually make it? Are we gonna make it to the band thing on time? Are we gonna actually succeed? Are people gonna like us and all that stuff? Even though like that's not a big deal, like it's not like the biggest deal, like okay so they lose, but to them it's important, to the characters it's important that they succeed and that they have a good time and that they whatever. Even though everything is very relaxed, there's still some amount of like stakes that a human being can understand, even if it's not like we're saving the world. It's I want this goal, I'm trying to achieve this goal, and if I don't achieve it, then I feel like I failed in some way, or I feel like whatever. So like, even in that they still have that. Where in Fragrant Flower, it's really not that way. It's just very happy. It's like there's no there's no like what's gonna happen except for like a couple of little moments that are just not you'll see if you watch it. You'll know what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about.
Yeah. I will say, for anyone who is wanting more plot, and same with Mr. Mutt across the room from me here, it's coming. It's coming.
in Fragrant Flower.
Yeah. It's coming.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll leave it
maybe
at
they were
that.
just establishing happiness so that they could crush me later. Great. I'm glad.
I mean, maybe. Maybe
It's gonna
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
it's gonna have to be where she's like, "I'm sorry to tell you, but I have to move away, and I'm never gonna see you ever again."
I have
And then
terminal
I'll be like, "Oh,
cancer.
there it is, there it is. There's my depression."
She's gonna turn and be like, I have terminal cancer and I can't be here much longer. And it's like, ah.
I didn't tell you all this time, but that's why I was really hoping to spend time with you because I knew what was coming.
That's why
You
I was
know how
eating
I
so
do.
much cake to drown my sorrows.
It was advancing the cancer, but I thought, I just make myself happy.
No. Sign off myself. Buy cake. I'll
That's
die happy.
that's why she wanted the cake because the cancer craved the sugar.
No, I'm joking, guys. I don't think that's the thing. Again, the big spoiler that I saw had nothing to do with either of their health. Had nothing to do with either of their health. So,
Which, by the way, you got to quit getting spoiled.
bro, my problem is TikTok knows that I like to, see snippets of different manga. And
Yeah.
so they gave me a future episode of this one in the manga, but I didn't know it was this. I was just like, "Oh, this is cute. Oh, this is sad. Oh, this is sad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no." And by the time I got to almost the end of like the amount of pages you can have on a TikTok thing, I realized it was this. I'm like, "Oh no."
That's what you get for just watching random manga.
I can't help it. I'm curious to find more that I can start reading. Like, guys, I'm almost done. Fiddlesticks, what's it called? I keep forgetting the actual like name of it. But I'm almost done it. I think it's like the greatest real estate agent or whatever.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's so freaking good. What is it called?
Or no, you told me about that. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. The greatest estate developer. That's who it is. I'm almost
Yeah,
done.
estate development.
And I'm like, oh. It's really good. It's really, really good. So I highly recommend everyone go watch it.
But yeah, that's basically
Anyway.
all I have to say about Fragrant Flowers. So
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
just watch it if you want to enjoy life for a little bit.
And stay off TikTok. I can't help it. Sometimes you just want to doom scroll, and sometimes there's really funny memes on there. Like, or, I see things like, okay, where is it here? Where is it here? I gotta find it now. I gotta share with you guys. I was gonna do I? Nah. You guys can keep your eyes peeled on my Twitter later. I'm gonna post a really, 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 really well done edit for Yona of the Dawn, but it mixed like a popular song and then another song from Epic the Musical. And it's so freaking good. I really like it. So again, that's why I can't get rid of TikTok, because there's so many amazing edits on there. And it's like, ah, man. Ginger knows it. Let's go. Thanks, Ginger. Yeah, let's go. It's a really good series. It's a really good series. And it's not like, I don't know, toxic love triangles and like sexy time scenes. It's like, no. It's just very straightforward, funny. It's so good.
Yeah.
I like it. I recommend, guys, it's currently free on Webtoons. Please go read it now before they put it behind a paywall. Please go read it now. There's like there's over 200 episodes. But it's worth it. It's worth it. I binge read it while I was sick in bed over Christmas, and I'm almost at the 200th episode now. So, it's really good. It's really good. So please go read it before they put it behind a paywall, which they do with all the freaking good series. And it's like, why? Like, you're already getting paid for ads and stuff. Just stop it. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Yes, Lao. See, Lao feels my pain too. The paywall after it finishes is so dumb. I hate it.
Yeah, pretty lame.
Exactly, Nyx. Woman, I got you. Anyway, moving on before I start losing it about love triangles again. We did just finish season 1 of the Apothecary Diaries. This was another series that Hood was like, oh yeah, I got to like the 8th episode, and then I just kind of
Technically
off.
second, I found out. I thought I got a little further.
Oh,
but
that's right. That's right.
It was the second episode. That was as far as I had gotten.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I haven't seen to the second season yet. But just even seeing the first season is, I was very pleasantly surprised with it. It is very, very good. It's very very well told, and how they kind of wind all of the different pieces together, because it's like part romance, kind of part mystery, part like period drama almost. Like, I don't know how else to describe it other than that, but
yeah.
For anyone that hasn't seen it, I feel like I'm late to the party. I feel like most people have seen this and understand it, but
I mean, a little bit. There's still some people that haven't seen it, so
yeah, it's very good. I was surprised how much I actually enjoyed it. I really like Mao Mao as a main character. She's very what's the word I'm looking for? She's like, because like what I told Kat last night is I'm like, after we had finished it, I'm like, she is the like she's what feminists want but also hate. Like this is what I feel like
Mm-hmm.
feminists say that they would want, but then they're like, "Oh, but no, you have to get rid of all the other stuff and make her a Mary Sue." Cuz she's not a
Mm-hmm.
Mary Sue. She's like an actually good quote unquote like feminist character pretty
Mm-hmm.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's not like love obsessed like a lot of people get worried about, which that's neither here nor there to me. I think people are dumb get because it's like human beings have love interests sometimes, but for some reason people think girls are not allowed to have that anymore. Else it's like the worst thing in the world. Oh, he's obsessed with a guy. So guys get obsessed with girls too. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
stupid. But anyway,
It's very obvious in
like
the series.
yeah, but like she's someone that like her whole care like the things she cares about are very much because she kind of has a wall up on her own like emotional, like she has an emotional barrier that's up, so she just likes poisons and she likes working with like plants and mixing them together and making tinctures and figuring out how things work and stuff, kind of like a girl senku sort of, but like without all
Mm-hmm.
the knowledge. um and From Dr. Stone, if nobody knows who senku is.
Aye.
um But she also, on top of that, so she's very capable, highly intelligent, very good at figuring out mysteries. Yet she is still very much a lowly servant girl who is also a girl. And so like she is still trying to navigate in a world very, guys at that time. Um and also is very susceptible to damage, which is also
Mm-hmm.
very interesting too. So it's like the moment her mind doesn't work out for her, it's like now suddenly she's like, I mean, she's very susceptible to get, like she's not like some great fighter on top of it. She's not like, she feels like a real character, like a
Mm-hmm.
real
Mm-hmm.
person
Yep. Yep.
who's put up a bunch of emotional barriers and is now then to um be in this position that she was thrust into. So I really liked her as a character. I really just like, she's just interesting to watch do and say things and figure things out. Um but even just like the story of the interweaving of the concubines and their individual stories affect each other, and this kind of like secret battle they have kind of reminds me of, if anybody's seen Memoirs of a Geisha,
Mm-hmm.
that film. It's very similar to that, where it's like this kind of back and forth, this secret behind the scenes war that happens between women, sort of in some ways, with trying to be considered valuable and all this different stuff in that time period. Um, but it's yeah, I really enjoyed it. Good. It was kind of like my brain had to like take some time to like figure things out, and Kat had to explain stuff to me because sometimes it was just like a lot was kind of happening all at once, and I was like, "What?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I missed that. What is happening now?"
Yeah.
Um, but
And it didn't
but
help. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
It didn't help that Netflix freaking sucks when it comes to subtitles now. I don't care if it's AI or human. Fix your freaking subtitles, you goobers. Like,
Yeah,
they'll literally, the pacing of the translation is awful. It's horrendous. And
yeah,
then
it's kind of
even
all over the place.
even when what is it? Like there's a title, like it's translating the title of that episode, but someone's talking, but there's no subtitles. And then when the title goes away, suddenly then there's a subtitle, but then it disappears a split second later because they're done talking. It's like, who did this? Who designed this? But they're all expecting everyone to listen to the dub version. But it's like, no, some of us like subbed, but you suck at this sub translating thing. Like, fix it. You're a multi-million billion dollar corporation. Surely you have the money and means to do better. Like, I've seen fans do better fan subs of animes than this trash. Like, what is this? And they weren't even getting paid. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm very peeved about that. This is the second anime I've watched on Netflix that has done a trash job of subbing their animes, and I'm peeved.
yeah, and like I would say like objectively it was better than what some of the crap we've been seeing localizers do
Don't get me
lately.
started, man. Gosh.
Uh, because it could have been a lot worse, especially with a character like Mao Mao, who
Mm-hmm.
very much can fit into this kind of feminist ideal in a lot of ways because she's like doesn't really care about love and stuff like that. They really could have made her annoying and talk about the patriarchy in this period piece. They could have done it. It would have been the grossest thing. I would have probably been like, dude, I don't think I can watch it. Not this way.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No, that's
because
fair.
that would have just it would have just been so obnoxious. But they didn't do that. They just had kind of different things where someone would say arigato gozaimasu and they would say like it would read you read my mind and it's like what the frick? I know that's not what you said, that
Mm-hmm.
type. Um so that aside and again aside from the pacing of how the subtitles kind of are thrown out at you.
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, I still felt like it was good. It worked, and
Mm-hmm.
I got what they were trying to go for, and didn't detract for me anything from the story, other than just like those moments where both me and Kat like almost simultaneous would be like, "That's not what they said." So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
All the Momo
but
sound effects also just made it 10 times better. I can now send you the video now of like someone took all the fun Mau Mau sound effects from the first season and put them in a compilation, and it's my favorite thing ever.
yeah, she does have good sound effects. I like how anytime that she's like mischievous or inquisitive or something, she turns into a little cat for a second, little cat girl.
Yes. It makes me
And
happy.
then it's funny too because then some of the other guys will turn into like dogs, so it's like because they have
Yep.
like golden retriever energy or something.
Yes.
But
Oh
but
man.
no, yeah, this is a really cool series. I think it's like this is like a nightmare for certain, I think, like feminist groups and like a lot of the PC culture because it's here you have this like strong female character, but she's placed in a lowly servant kind of environment because of the period that she's in. So it's like it's a very like harsh world for women during that time, but yet she's still very like strong and capable within that within respects of what she's actually able to achieve. Like Mao Mao isn't just this Mary Sue that she can just do anything. She has to go to different like eunuchs or like different people that are men and be like, "Hey, I need help with this. Can you help me do this? I'm trying to do this thing."
Mhm.
She just knows how to be persuasive. She just knows how to like she knows like when she helps people that a lot of the times, hey, maybe they'll help me back. So she's good at not being manipulative, but more like she just understands how it kind of works. She understands the environment in the world, so she can use some of those things to her advantage so that she can do the things that she's trying to do. It works within the frame of what she's in because again, that's her strong suit. Her strong suit is she's very intelligent. So I like that they really stuck to that and they didn't make because there's a piece or a piece there's a moment where they could have made her this like fighter kind of like they could have made her be like I knew that this was going to happen so I created this poison needle thing and decided to do whatever, but it doesn't happen and that was actually one of my favorite moments was like well, I don't want to spoil it. So just that's not the way it works out. Her intelligence just doesn't work out for her and that's all she had going for her in that particular moment. And so because of that, it's like now certain consequences befall her and you're like, "Oh, frick, dang." Um but I like that because it's like it shows like here's her strong suits, but then she sometimes needs the help of some other people in different positions of power to help where she isn't capable of achieving, and I love that. Like that just makes her
Mhm.
an interesting, good character.
Yeah,
Um,
she's very relatable in that sense of like she's not Wonder Woman, she's not whatever. Like she's just your average, well, I guess I can't really say average because she's got a really high IQ. But she's your average grew up in like the slums, red light district girly who just happened to have a dad who has medicinal knowledge that she then learned and uses that to kind of, navigate the world around her.
yeah, and she doesn't go around saying like, I don't need men's help, do it myself, because that would be so
Mhm.
stupid in a period piece. Like,
Oh,
yes, you do
absolutely.
need. You absolutely need men's help, especially in a period piece. You would need
Yeah.
them to do that, which is like that's why I like how they handle it in this show. Is it's like she just knows how to get her way a lot of the time. She knows what she needs to do in order to get the thing. So it's like, okay, I need this to happen, but there's a lot of things that need to be put in place first. So one step at a time. Let's like kind of concoct this plan to make this work out. Is kind of the mentality she kind of has behind that. And yeah, I think it's just really well written. And I like Jinshi, who's like the main male character in it. I think he's an interesting subversion of expectation. He's not this super masculine man. He's kind of like pretty, but yet he is
Mm-hmm.
still like he knows how to fight. He like trains and stuff like that. So he's really strong. He's very fit. But he's just like elegant. He's like an
Mm-hmm.
elegant man rather than a like typical masculine man.
Yeah.
Um, I love the fact that because this is like in the very like first episode, so I'm not really spoiling anything. I love
Yeah.
that he like all the girls like fawn over him, and so he's so used to that. But then when Mao Mao doesn't fawn over him, he's like, oh, that's interesting. I like you now because you
It's
don't just fawn over me. I need to know
a
more about you.
it's a
And
breath of fresh air.
yeah, yeah, it's like and that's the reason that works so well too is because that's how it works in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you aren't obsessed with somebody who's kind of used to being obsessed with, now suddenly it's like, oh, why aren't you obsessed with me? I now you're interesting to me. Now I need to know why. Like that really happens in real life. People do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um so yeah, I don't know. I like that he's kind of this little kind of like I don't know what to call him other than like this puppy
Yeah, yeah.
to Mao Mao in a way. And but he's not stupid either. He's not like some stupid dumb character.
He's
He's very
calculated, yeah.
yeah, he's still calculated and he's still whatever, like in a different way than Mao Mao because he doesn't have quite the same intelligence level as Mao Mao,
Mhm.
but he is still very um
She's
capable in his own way in what he does. So
yeah, I'd say she's street smart as well as like has that higher IQ. Whereas for him, he's very like socially aware and like oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like palace
he
smart.
knows how the that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like he knows how the culture of the palace works really
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So like where Mao Mao might struggle because she like grew up in a brothel, it's like he can be like,
Mhm.
maybe it's better that we do this instead, kind of.
Yep, yep, yep.
So they work really well together because of that. But it's a subversion of expectation. She's kind of more tomboyish. He's more kind of pretty boy in this period piece where that's kind of very not normal. That would be very
Mhm.
much the opposite typically. So
Yeah. Yeah.
um so yeah, no, really enjoyed it. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it, in fact, because you hear a name like Apothecary Diaries and you're not really sure, like, that sounds very shoujo. It sounds very like, okay, and it's not that shoujo are bad. Like there's some good shoujo. Like I was enjoying Kami-sama Kiss, for instance. Like that was pretty good, but it's just not like my main thing, it's like
E-
not my but I would watch Apothecary Diaries by myself, whereas like I don't know if I would watch Kami-sama Kiss by myself. So,
That's fair. I
but
the the
yeah.
thing that I love about this series is it triggered so many people early on because they're like, this promotes like abuse of women and this and that and stuff and rah rah rah. And it's like
You promote abuse of women, dude.
it's
Whatever.
it's like this is history. You can't cancel history. It already happened. This is raising awareness of like, hey, guess what? Back then, it sucked to be a woman. Absolutely sucked. So here's two different perspectives of women in the palace and women outside the palace. Here's like the highs and lows. We have women who are basically competing with other women to try and maintain a safe position in the palace. And here's women who are, trying to stay off the streets in a brothel. Like it sucked. It really sucked. No one's promoting it. They're pointing it out. And they're like, "Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Just maybe, there might have been like some good men who actually didn't want to take advantage of women, actually wanted to help women, and here's what it maybe could have looked like?"
Yeah. Yeah, cuz like I think it's like I've seen again, it's always the extremes that are usually both wrong because I've seen some people say all of history was just bad. It's just all bad. It's filled with a bunch of bad people. And
Mm,
then there's the people that say all of history was actually a good thing and it was actually better and we need to return to those times. It's like, okay, both of those are wrong. Both of
Mhm.
those are not the correct way of going about doing things.
Mhm.
There's certain truths in both of them. Like, yeah, back in this time period, women did not have the same privileges and rights that we have now. America's concept of giving women the right to vote and all this different stuff, that's very new. That's not normal. That's a very like throughout all of human history it looked like apothecary diaries in many cases. Like
Mhm.
forever. However, it also wasn't necessarily just that purely abusive in every given case all the time. It depends on where you were, depends on the culture, depends on a lot of different things because, there was also this like understanding in like tribes and in whatever. You even see it kind of in the Bible, right?
Mhm.
Is men knew that they needed to protect women. They needed to, it was always like men and or excuse me, it was always women and children first and then the men. So there was still more of like a chivalrous idea, even though there was less rights there for women. So it was like there were different like give and takes there. But as like a general rule of thumb, it just it wasn't the environment was very different. They just didn't
Mhm.
have they weren't given the same, rights and stuff. And so it's but that's just how it worked back then. And that's why I think it's like so with Apothecary Diaries, that's why I like how Mao Mao acts and things because she's trying to navigate this world that works against her. So like one of the big
Mhm.
antagonists of the series is the culture itself, and
Mhm.
she has to like figure out, okay, how do I do what I'm trying to do here while working within this environment basically. And
Mhm.
she's kind of the epitome of like when I said like that I actually really like strong female characters. She's like the type that I like
Mhm.
when
Mhm.
we're talking about girls that are not like love crazy and stuff, which I think is also totally fine. It's just if you're gonna make them where they aren't, like where there are emotionally, withheld and are capable of doing things, this is the way to do it because she's still human. She still has feelings. She just doesn't display them very well.
Mhm.
She still has wants and desires. She just doesn't like always go about it the best way and stuff like that, So,
Mhm.
um
And she's growing and learning.
and
It's character
right,
development.
exactly. Yeah, and so like it definitely opens up a reality where you can see in the future, okay, maybe that could be melted away with time, but you just need a character that understands her, that's all. So, it's I just think it's well done. That's the way that I like it. I like she's everything that Captain Marvel wishes she was, but could never hope to be.
Mhm.
So, um, but yeah, no, and man, I will forever love that smacking scene too.
Oh my gosh. The slap or the hit?
The specifically the smack within in episode 4 where that just the "oh crap, here
Oh,
we go again," her
okay, okay.
walking up.
I
It's
was
my favorite thing. And then just like
yes.
whoosh, it's so
Okay.
good.
I wasn't sure which one you're referring to because I'm like, I know we watched a hitty one recently, but I'm like, no, wait, not that one. No, no, the SmackDown is there's a reason it was on one of my top favorite anime moments. There's a reason it was on there. The
Yeah.
absolute
She grabs her by her
SmackDown
hair afterward like it just
drags her. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking good.
yeah, it's so like that's kind of what I mean. So it's like again, Mao Mao is tomboyish, but she has like a good reason to be tomboyish. She has like her upbringing kind of sucked. She was like raised in a brothel, so that is gonna have an influence on you. So
Mhm.
she's just kind of like uh unrefined, in that regard. But yet, ironically, because she was raised in a brothel and had what she calls big sisters or whatever,
Mhm.
they also taught her, even though she doesn't like to do it, taught her how to be pretty, which is funny. So she can actually do both when she needs
Mhm.
to. She just chooses not to.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
Well, again,
yeah,
like she wasn't in a position where she could afford to be pretty. Like
yeah,
this isn't a
yeah,
spoiler because again, it's the first episode, but the reason she gets like the reason she's in the palace in the first place is because she gets kidnapped and sold off as a servant.
hmm,
And it's like that's the whole culture then is because you had people in brothels or on the street and stuff who couldn't prove like, oh, actually, no, this isn't my family. Like you couldn't prove that. And so it was only you know, through other means. Because again, the whole culture was like, well, they claim they're your family. What you're just this girl. Who's to say that you're not lying and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's not promoting it. And even like I always give like the guys a heads up because like obviously it's about like the inner palace with like all the concubines and all the women and stuff like that and the brothels and prostitutes and stuff like that. So like there's gonna be, boobage, there's gonna be talk of sex and things like that or like the hee hee hint toward things that
It's
it's
done
not.
very tastefully though.
Yeah, and it's not promoting it. It's just showing you this was the world they lived in. In order to
Yeah.
survive, they had to know things about this and that and the other. Like they had to use their bodies and look pretty and stuff because that was how they took care of themselves in a sense. So, house
Yeah.
service school. Yes, that too. That too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I just it again, it was done very tastefully in any of those
Mhm,
types of
mhm.
things too. So it like it no it like that, and that's why I say it was well written because they knew how to talk about subjects. They knew how to do innuendos and cute
Mhm.
rather than like gross and weird and whatever. Like it's kind of just poking at the ideas of things and then you're just like, "Oh, I get it. Yeah, it's funny."
Yeah.
Um and again, I think this is like when I've said in the past too, like this is the difference when I'm talking about like how like anime very obviously we all know in many ways is sexual and its humor is sexual because again
Mhm.
the culture is just different so they perceive like ethics differently over there anyway. But even in that, there's a lot of different anime, not all
Mhm.
of them, but a lot of them that can do jokes like that and still be goofy or silly or cute or funny. Whereas you see it over in the West, everything, if it's sexual, it's got to be gross.
Yeah.
It's got to be shock value. It's got to be like the most disgusting thing you've ever heard, and that's why it's funny. It's like, no, that's not. That sucks. you know. Um, like again, even like how Nick's brought up the service school or whatever was a
Mhm.
really funny little sequence there because like they actually don't talk about anything. You
Nope.
just know what they're talking about and you see the
Yep.
visuals and you see them all freaking out about what they're talking about and it's really funny.
Yep. You
It's
see
really
some with
good.
like their eyes get big and they're like taking notes, and then I was like, "Oh my, scandalous!" It's just like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said,
Ah.
it's just it's really well done. I don't was did a woman write this story? I can't remember.
I want to say yes. Let me double check. Let me double check.
Cuz I'd be curious to know that because it's very well handled. It's very well handled. Nick says yes. Grace says yes. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It was a
um,
woman.
cause yeah, like it's it definitely seems like again, like it just shows the difference between female writers in Asia versus female writers in the West. Where imagine if this was written by a girl in the West right now. This
Pff,
whole
I don't
story.
want to.
Imagine what that would look like.
I really don't
You
want
know,
to.
so like it was cool how she was able to make a character that fits into this world still but yet still is able to accomplish things and isn't just like constantly like, oh man, I can't do anything for myself, yet still has
Mm-hmm.
weaknesses and flaws. She still has her own flaws and weaknesses, many of
Mm-hmm.
which are internal issues. A lot of her issues come from again, some are external, but a lot of it's internal. Like she needs to like be able to open up a little bit, and again, she needs help physically with things sometimes, so I think that's she's cool. I like her. I like Mao Mao, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Mama's based. Mama's pretty based.
Nix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
it's like,
Yeah. It would be about how in the palace actually it was like all the dudes were actually just like they would have wives, but really they were with each other behind the scenes. That's what it would be. Guarantee
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Guarantee it.
all the girls would be sleeping together. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
but no,
So,
it's good. It's a good series. I like it.
yeah.
And again, like we
Uh,
love a good series with characters that have flaws. Like again, another reason why One Piece is so loved is yes, they are so freaking OP, but guess what? Every single person has a flaw or has a quirk or something that causes them to trip up every so often. And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good character writing.
Yep. Yep, so true. And to answer your question, Squirrel, on Kill la Kill, we've talked about this a handful of different times.
Yep.
My quick assessment, since that's not really one of the ones we're talking about right now, is I think Kill la Kill is a good series. It's literally meant to be the most shonen that ever shonen. So that means there's lots of fan service.
Mhm.
That means there's lots of it's created by my favorite like anime director, which is Hiroyuki Imaishi, who did Gurren Lagann. Um, and I kind of like that they just said, "Hey, I have a concept," and then they just did it. They're like, "Wouldn't it be like really funny if?" And then they just did that thing. They just literally did what they said, and that's actually a true story to my understanding. Is the guys all got together that were part of the studio, went out to drink together, and while they were drinking and like whatever, having a good time together, they're like, "Guys, I have an idea. What if
Ah.
clothing is the power, and the less of it you have, the more power." Everybody went, "Yeah, let's do that. Let's go." And I just think that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it is.
But
It is
it's not
funny.
like it's not like one of my favorite series of all time or nothing like that. I think it's good. I watched it one time. It's a good one-time watch, but it's a lot. So if you're not ready for it, it is a lot. So that's yeah, that's kind of my feelings on it. Studio
Mhm.
Trigger was on crack when making their shows. You can't convince me otherwise. They just kind of do things and they don't care what people think, and that's why I love them. That's partially the reason that even though I'm not like a super big advocate for Kill la Kill or anything, that's why I kind of
Yeah.
I'm an advocate for the concept of that they did it, and if anybody tried to be like you should, I'd be like, I like that they just kind of said, no, we're gonna do what we want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what it stands for. Is because nowadays, because that was what 2014, I think that series came out.
Something like that.
Um,
Yeah.
it would never fly nowadays. People would
No.
flip their lid. But gosh, would it be funny if they just released it in this day and age and then just said, "Nah, we're doing it anyway." You
Yeah.
can't do that. It makes it feel like, "Nah, we're doing it anyway." It's like, I like that. I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Um,
That was one of
yeah,
my anime
that's my
hot
quick
takes.
assessment.
Was it's I can't recommend it, but I have to give credit where credit's due, and I have to say it's a good one.
Yeah, that's
Oh
fair.
yeah.
Did
Speaking
we
of
have any
no
others?
clothes, so what was that?
Did we have any others on the list, or was Apothecary the last one?
I think Apothecary was the last one, but speaking of no clothes, Max wants us to get naked.
No, Max, no.
The
Please, Max, take me
audacity.
out to dinner first, dude. Studio Trigger makes fun of people like that in what, the fifth episode? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Yeah, they just don't they you can't afford me, Hood.
What?
No,
Is it
you'd be
supposed,
buying me.
I was gonna say, isn't it the other way around, my guy?
Yeah, you're
Dang.
supposed to be buying me. Hello? What
You
the
can't
frick?
gaslight the gaslight
Um
master. What the heck? Guys, I'm not wearing
um
headphones. I'm sorry.
You're welcome. Oh man.
It's
This is
fine.
where like this is where if like Zari was at the airport, I could be like, "Help! There's a bomb strapped to my," and then that's just like the SpongeBob meme.
Or just be like,
But
this person just farted. Leave the area quickly. It is silent, but it is deadly.
oh my goodness. But yeah, no, Studio Trigger is great because they do a lot of satirical things. Because that's like what Kill la Kill was supposed to be. It's just one big satire, really. It's making fun of how absurd a lot of shonen can be with the fan
Mm-hmm.
service, with the action sequences, which is why they go so hard with the action sequences like that. It's really well animated. Kill la Kill is, so it's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's and the story is like super just absurd. Like what is it, the thread of life, like all clothing has like life fibers or something in
Mm-hmm.
them, and so that, yeah, it's like it's a whole thing. It's But that's why I love studio triggers because they just do things. They say this is what we're doing. This is how the world works. Cool. And now just kind of whatever can happen. And
Mm-hmm.
very few studios I've ever seen can actually get away with that well and know how to do it well. Um, and yeah, and again, Hiroyuki Imaishi, anything he's ever directed that I've seen currently to this day, banger every time. It's a banger in some way, shape, or form. Like
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners, banger. Gurren Lagann, banger. Kill la Kill, even with like again, because of what it is, it's still a banger in terms of the storytelling and in terms of the animation and the direction and all that stuff. Even if you're not a fan of like the subject matter or what they show on screen, that's a whole different topic. But like anything
Mm-hmm.
that he has like said, I'm directing this. I'm like, you got me. That's all I needed to hear. Butt
Sign
in
me up.
seat. You know, I just want to see whatever you direct, dude. That's all I care. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man doesn't miss. You're not wrong. Man doesn't miss. So, but also
Oh.
fascism. Yeah, I could see that. That Kill la Kill was a
Mm-hmm.
satire of shonen and also fascism. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kind of want to talk about Made in Abyss too, but I'm just not quite finished with it yet. I just couldn't quite finish it before we got to today. So,
Well, that's fair. I mean, we technically haven't finished the Apothecary Diaries. So
hmm
if you wanted to talk about Made in Abyss, like we got time.
yeah, like I've really been enjoying it. It's very, very good. It's just so brutal. I would not recommend it to like people who are weak of heart and like if you're anybody because I've met different people where they're like, "Oh, I cannot stand anything happening to a child." Like I like that just like I can't handle it type of a deal. You can't watch this then because this whole series is just like putting 12-year-olds through pain basically. That's the whole concept. So, but gosh dang, I love the main characters, the main like kids that you followed. They're so wholesome and they care about each other and they have a goal and they're trying to achieve it and they're like, we're gonna do it no matter what as they descend into this hellscape. So if anyone doesn't know, um Maiden Abyss is basically a story about this entire civilization is there's like an entire city that surrounds this giant pit that goes into the earth and it just keeps going. It like it's basically bottomless, although people have found that there are layers to it. And so what they found was is there's like amazing treasures down there that can be sold for tons of money up on the surface that they call I think they're called artifacts in that series. Um and they all have like the artifacts have like different abilities, you know, like different powers basically to them. So you know, a lot of people go down there to mine and excavate to try and get those artifacts. But the further down into the pit you go, when you try to return to the surface, you get influenced by what's called the curse of the abyss, which depending on how deep you go can be detrimental to your body. So like if
Mm.
you just go down to layer 1 and try to come back up, you usually are just met with like vomiting and fatigue and you know like weakness and stuff like that where you go down to like the third layer and your body will start to break like your bones snap as you try to go up and stuff like that, right? Like it's like once you go down to a certain level, you can't just go back up. You're stuck down there. So they even say like there's certain levels where treasure hunters have gone down and they've never returned. So they have a little elevator that basically takes them down to a certain point and then you can't get any further from well, technically that elevator only goes down to the first level, but they have little like hot air balloon devices that they can send up to the surface to let people know what they found down there because they know they can never come back. So they're just stuck down there. So if they die, they die, but they try to survive in the area that they're at down there. Um yeah, like magical decompression sickness basically. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. But it does like insane things to your body. Like if you get down to the 6th level because I think there's 7 levels that they know of in total, but when you get down to the 6th level, it says if you try to return back up, you lose your humanity. So like
Ooh.
that's the types of things that happen to you. And so Um, it's very the world is so interesting. It is so interesting, and I love the premise. I love the presentation. Like the atmosphere is very. It feels. It gives me the same feeling if anyone's ever seen Goblin Slayer, where like the art is deceptive. Because the art is like, oh, look at
Mm,
these cute kids, and they're like, look, they want to go explore, they want to go on an adventure to, the whole main thing is the main girl that you see on the image. Thanks for pulling that up, by the way.
I got you.
Um, her name is Diko, and Diko is looking for her mom who went down there, and she hadn't seen her since she was like 2 years old, because again, once you go down in the abyss, you can't come back out when you get that deep. So
Mm,
um she's basically going down there 10 years later at 12 years old, trying to find her mom, because her mom sends up this like little letter that basically says it's like a kind of an encrypted message to her saying like, hey, kind of like, come find me, almost like I forget exactly how it's worded, but it's basically like, I have something for you or whatever if you can find me. Yeah, and her mom is a famous explorer, so yeah, her mom is like this kind of famous, kind of legendary explorer. And so she's like, oh man, so she'd been training her whole life as what they call like a red whistle, which is like a junior treasure hunter who, they usually just go down to the first, maybe second level, because those are the only ones you can really dive properly. um and but then she decides, nope, I'm gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna find her because I know she's at the bottom. And so that's who you're following. So you're following her, and then you're following her friend Reg, who comes with
mm-hmm.
her. So, um, without trying to spoil a whole lot more than that. But down in the abyss, on top of the sickness that happens because of the curse of trying to return back and stuff like that. So not only is it's not just like when you go from the fourth level to the third level, it's if you go up any incline. So like, if they are like let's say you're in like a small valley and you want to climb up a hill at a certain point, you will face the repercussions of the curse just by climbing that hill. It's not like you have to go through a barrier to get to the third level. It's just any incline after that, you will face whatever that level of curse would put upon you. So you
That's
constantly
crazy.
are forced to keep going down. You can't ever go back up except for very, very specific circumstances. Um and so not only is that curse down there, and then of course the artifacts and stuff like that, but there are like horrific monsters down there that are completely exotic and work in weird and different ways. Um, Human beings that often go down there lose their mind, kind of. So like a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
adults that are down there that still exist down there are tweaked, for lack of a better term. They're
Mm-hmm.
not normal, or they're crazy, or they're something. They're like, they're weird. And so like the only like relatable characters are these kids. And so you're just like sitting there, and you there's this constant ebb and flow, this pull between like, gosh, I want these kids to get their I want them to get their goal. I like they've gone this far. I want them to actually achieve it, versus like, no, don't keep going. You're gonna freaking die. Oh my gosh, I don't want to die. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. And you're like, it's this ebb and flow between that feeling of like, I don't want anything to happen to you, and also I want you to achieve your goal, which means you have to potentially have things happen to you to get there. It's like, in that regard, the story is like really, really good, and I'm just like edge of my seat. Like I've literally caught myself physically cringing at different moments because of how brutal the
Oh
story can be.
gosh.
It is very, I would argue it's very violently brutal. Um it got a lot of flack because it deals with some very sensitive subject matter, we'll just put it that way. And it is in there, but it's not like, I would argue the people on Twitter made it a lot worse than what it actually shows. It's a
Mm.
lot of alluding to things. It's a lot of rather than just flat out showing things, but it does flat out show like violence, like straight up brutality. So like, if you can't handle that, that's like, this is not a show you should watch in any way, shape, or form. It is very good though, and like Max said, yeah, it is a solid premise for world building. Like, I love the
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like, what's down in the pit? What are they going to see next? What other creatures are they going to come across? What artifacts could they find that might help them along the way, if they find them at all? Um all that type of a thing, So it's, and then on top of it, it's like once they go down, once you get to a certain point in the pit, you can't come back because your body literally can't handle it. You physically won't make it up before the curse kills you. So it's like, yeah, I really have enjoyed it. So it's not for the faint of heart. Go in at your own discretion. But I can say, at least from where I got to at this point in the story, it is screwed up, it's brutal, it's messy, it's a lot of things, but it is very well told story. It's a very well told story. So this is Made in Abyss Bacon, called Made in Abyss.
Yeah, I couldn't
Um,
find any with English on it that wasn't like a web DM thing or whatever that doesn't work with OBS. So
yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
unfortunately.
For future reference too, if you ever needed to convert, there are free converters where you can take a WebP file or whatever and
Mm-hmm.
convert it to like a PNG. So that's in case you didn't know, because I have to do that all the time for graphics and stuff. So
Yeah. Normally what I do is I just kind of like copy and paste it onto Canva and then it automatically makes it into a PNG or a JPEG or whatever. So, but this I was downloading
yeah,
straight from the internet to throw up on here and I didn't want to go look for a converter. So I was like, ah, next time
yeah,
if I have more time, I'll do that. But this was kind of like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, we're going to talk about this now. I'm like,
No,
I don't
just
have
quick. Yeah, no,
anything.
got you. Yeah, because some people just don't know you can do that, and I found after playing around for a while. But
Mm-hmm.
the obvious sacrifice to accomplish goals, but but Dark Soul style. Yeah, basically, yeah. And it's specifically like I really feel like the theme that they were kind of going for has to do something with like innocence versus whatever the opposites of innocence is. I can't ever think of what that is. It's not degeneracy necessarily. It's
Corruption.
uh corruption maybe. Yeah, maybe it's like, yeah, the difference between innocence and corruption, because
Yeah.
again, the only sane characters are these kids,
Mm-hmm.
which are like the embodiment of innocence and purity, and you have to watch them go through this hellscape just to try and achieve their goal, through this world that is just completely corrupt and in many ways perverse, depending on what, the area that they reach and stuff. So um yeah, it's like there's definitely something being said there that I kind of appreciate. But yeah, it's really disturbing. Yeah, exactly. And like Flosh said, it's visceral. Visceral is a good
Mm-hmm.
term. It is very visceral. So, um, yeah, I have been. It is. It, I don't know if I'd call it depression necessarily, the anime, but it is. It has a lot. It has a lot of brutal, because like there are different moments, especially in the first season, where like I was shocked because I was like, oh, I was expecting this to get like really bad really quick, and I'm like, huh, they're just kind of on an adventure right now. They're kind of just going. Yeah, there's some like moments where like they run into some trouble. They kind of have to, survive and this and that. But like it's kind of like, oh, this is fine. And then all of a sudden it'll just punch you in the face and you're just like, oh, oh no. Oh no. And it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, so it kind of sidewinds you. It's not it tries to find a balance between where the kids in their pursuit of their goal are like, we can do this, we're gonna make it, this is fine, and we just got to think our way through this, we just got to whatever. So you're like rooting for them because they're so optimistic in this world that you shouldn't be optimistic in, versus then the moments when they get like just absolutely they just like smash them, and it's like, oh yeah, it can be brutal at different times. So watch at your own
Mm-hmm.
discretion, but at least as far as the storytelling is concerned, I'm like, it's very good. So
Yeah. That's I feel that like Lion and Grace talking about like different series where it's like it's intriguing and the fact that some people are like it's like interesting, but also some of us are like we can't handle those things. And so
yeah,
as
yeah,
as intriguing as like the plot and story and everything is, it's like it is wise, guys, that this doesn't make you weak. I know he said weak of heart. He wasn't implying that people that are weak of heart are weak. It's
no,
just
no,
this
no,
is
no,
not for you, and that's okay.
yeah. If it's something where you like, again, because I've met people who said like, I'm good with pretty much anything in a story, but I can't stand when like like kids die, for instance, or something bad happens to kids like that, like I just can't do it. You cannot
Mhm.
watch this then if that's the case, because that is part of some of the storytelling that happens sometimes. So
Mhm.
um, that's just as an example. Okay. But um yeah, and everybody's different. I'm just somebody where I'm kind of for better or worse, I'm kind of desensitized to a lot of different stuff, and I'm more interested in what's trying to be said. So I'm kind of more of the
Mhm.
one that like finish something. What was it you were trying to tell me? If the meaning was just brutality for the sake of brutality and there's no really reason for it, then it's usually disappointing. And I'm kind of like, dang, that sucked. Like there wasn't any like
Yeah.
outcome that was good of that. Where so far anyway, with Made in Abyss, there's always this hope that they're holding on to as they keep descending further into this pit. It's like there's still this hope that I'm going to achieve what I want. And the saddest part is once you achieve it, then what? Because you can't ever get out of there. So it's like it's taking a lot of like typical story elements and just like doing it very well. Like again, like they cross a threshold, and it's literally a crossing of the threshold. Anyone that knows how storytelling works, once a character crosses the threshold, they can't go back until the
Mhm.
story's over. That's typically how that works. It's like crossing into the special world. You literally cannot go back until you've accomplished what you did. That's basically literally personified in this. They physically cannot go back. They can't like change their minds. They are now here and they have to figure it out at 12 years old. So it's like, but they're actually like smart 12-year-old kids too. So they're not like a bunch of dumb like, you know, like "Oh, I want my mom" kind of kids. Like they're actually
Mhm.
like cuz they grew up kind of like in this like orphanage that kind of made them go down into like the first and second kind of levels to find different treasures that then could be sold. So a lot of the kids are actually like fairly, I don't know if I'd say mature. That's maybe not the right word. They're fair, like they just have their wits about them. They're not like skittish little kids. They actually know how to act and do things, but they still have moments where it's like they very much are just kids sometimes. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, it's very like such an insane concept for a story, but it weirdly works. Independent, that's a good word. They're
Mhm.
independent. Yeah. They know how to be independent and
Yeah.
competent, and they're competent too, yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Man, you reminded me of a series that I recently watched. Just so that like if it's just brutality for the sake of brutality, then there's no point. Let me tell you about a series that you guys don't need to watch. Um, what was the full title for this? It's one of those freaking long titles. Give me a sec here. I gotta find it again. The actual title for it. Okay, so this is I was telling Hood about this because I'm like, I was genuinely curious, and then it just kind of turned into your typical like revenge porn. I don't know what else to call it.
yeah.
But it's here's the full title. Backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. My trusted companions tried to kill me, but thanks to the gift of an unlimited gotcha, I got level 9,999 friends, and I'm out for revenge on my former party members and the world. That is the entire. Hold on a second. Again, I'm gonna post this in chat. This is its name. That is the actual title. I think they kind of like, you know, uh broke it down in English to my gift level 9,999 unlimited gotcha. And it's again, I was curious because it was an interesting premise. Because it's like, yeah, they're in a world sponsored by DraftKings.
Yeah.
But again, like the premise, like the world building, like sounded cool at the beginning. It was basically kind of like you're in a D&D world. Like there's tons of different races and creatures, and they're all living together. However, humans are seen as the like the pitiful, like, oh, they're so weak, like, oh, we should just put them out of their misery, or oh, you're the scum of the earth and stuff. And so the like everyone has like a little bit of magical abilities, but humans can only get to, I think they said, the highest a human's ever gotten was level like 100, 150 or something. Whereas like all these other creatures can get to like level 500, level 1,000, level 3,000 and stuff like that. And so this kid who ends up leaving his like small family village is like, I'm gonna go become an adventurer and I'm gonna like, I'm gonna level up and I'm gonna make a name for myself so that maybe, humans can, be respected better and stuff, or I can help make a better place for humans. And so he goes off and like again, he gets like beat up and his money stolen and stuff. This is all in episode 1. So this whatever. I'm happy. I will happily spoil it because it's so dumb. Don't bother watching it. Um, and so he gets picked up by this party, and every single party member is a different of a different race in the world. So you have an orc, you have an elf, you have some wolf creature, and all sorts of like it's a big party. And they're like, yeah, we need a human, and we think you'd be great. And he's like, oh well, I just have this like this flimsy gotcha ability where he can like it's like a gotcha game, guys. You spin a thing and it gives you a random item. And he would get like a moldy apple or a bent spoon or things like that. And like, oh no, we just need to like, we need to train you and level you up and stuff. And they go on. And again, this is all in episode 1. Like, you don't really get to meet the kid. You just are introduced like he's leaving the village and then he gets his money stolen and then they pick him up all in the span of like 5 minutes. And then they take him on an adventure. And supposedly this is like maybe a year past at this point. And you're still within like the first 5-10 minutes of the episode. And they go to this dungeon and they're going down different levels of the dungeon. And then they get to one level and suddenly it's like all their personalities completely change. Like, all right, he's not the one, just kill him. And he's like, what? And like, oh yeah, so there's this thing called, I forget what it's even called, but basically there's the risk of the Demon King being born through people who are like unique, where like they can surpass the levels put on their races. And so there's like this higher government or whatever that's always keeping an eye out for things, and they were suspicious of this kid. And so like, oh, recruit the kid, keep an eye on him and see if he actually is. And if not, like just kill him regardless. And so they're like, yeah, no, we wasted a whole year on you, so we're going to kill you. And so like this poor kid is like traumatized, like what? And so he goes to run away and he triggers like a teleportation trap after he got shot in the leg with an arrow. And they're all like, yeah, well, humans suck and this and that. Like they all revealed their colors to him. And he gets teleported to the very bottom of the dungeon where there's like the worst monsters. And so he does like in a last attempt to save his life, he pulls his gotcha and he ends up getting this like 9,999 like maid assistant or whatever. And she like defeats the monsters. And then it's revealed to him that, oh, your gotcha pull is based on the mana around you. So like the closer up to the level, the closer up to the surface you are, there's not much good mana there. So you're getting crappy pulls. But because you're down at the very bottom of this very like powerful, intense dungeon, there's like immense mana down here. So do all your pulls down here. And again, this is all within the first 10 minutes, guys. And then the second 10 minutes of the film is basically him talking about like, I want revenge and this and that. She's like, I will do it for you. He's like, no. He's like, I'm going to get strong. I'm going to go like kill them all and stuff. And then it cuts to showing like 3 years later, he's got all these amazing, powerful servants and warriors and this and that. He's created a little like kind of oasis underground for humans that he's, I don't know, found on his journey up above. And it's all within 20 minutes. Like, I can't even sympathize with a kid when he's getting shot at because, like, I don't know this kid. He's just a kid who's like getting shot at now. And like the whole season is just them setting up. He gets revenge on one of the guys, and then he gets revenge on like the elf girl who was like, flirting with him and being like super affectionate, and then was like, you're a piece of crap and I hope you die a miserable death. Let me shoot you with this arrow. And it's everybody sucks. And you see that like humans are being like treated like the scum of the earth. And he's always got these magical weapons or tools or assistant. And it's just ugh. It's messed up. So it's basically like watching humans just get abused in the most horrific ways. Like this one, like there's multiple times where they talk about like, graping women. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? And it's just trash. Unfortunately, I have an addictive personality where I'm like, it's gotta get better. Nope. I finished this season. I'm like, well, that's some time in my life I can't get back. That was
Yeah.
wasted. So it's just I should have known by the long title that it was gonna be trash.
See, that's kind of the thing about Made in Abyss too, is it's like in in what's the word I'm trying to say? In the opposite of that, I don't know what the word I'm trying to say there is. In contrast to that
Mhm.
is like everything bad that happens in that series, like it is obvious that the writers want you to feel bad. Like it's not like a gratuitous thing. It's not like it's like they just want it to be horrific. Like it's meant to horrify rather than glorify. Whereas in this case, what you're talking about is it sounds like the characters kind of it almost sounds kind of like a fanfic a little bit in a way. Like
Yeah, something like that.
s- someone had a bunch of like middle school or high school friends that like kicked them out of their group and they're like, I'm gonna make a story of how this happens, but in this fantasy setting is kind of what it feels like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just ugh. So, anyway, it's not worth your time. It's uh yeah, I just I was really hoping it would get better cuz I'm like maybe he has like character development. It's like, you know what? It's not about revenge. And there's maybe like one or two times where you see a little bit of that where he's like, "Oh, you know what? We helped humans. So maybe, maybe I won't like, destroy the world cuz he talks about destroying the world. And he's like, "Oh, maybe I won't destroy it. I'll just make it a better place. I'll make it so that everyone's equal and this and that." But then like he goes back to like I'm going to destroy like the elves or whatever. It's like, "Okay, just yikes." So much for character development. We're right back at square one.
Yeah.
So it's just, and of course, he's got all the girls who like him, and he's oblivious, and he still looks like he's whatever, like 14 or 15, because he has this bracelet on that doesn't age him, so they can remember who I am. And it's like, oh my gosh, okay, okay.
That part in general definitely makes it sound like it was a revenge fantasy of like someone's high school experience.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now that you mentioned it. I'm like, you know what? Everything's fanfics now, guys. No, nobody's original. Everything has to be fanfics.
Yeah, self
So,
inserts and whatnot. That's kind of the thing too. Is it's like self inserts have made a bad name for a lot of characters like that because like a lot of the time it's natural to put a little bit of yourself into a character. It's just not normal to make yourself a character 100%. Like the whole character revolves around you or whatever. But like, you know, like there might be certain elements that you're like, yeah, this is like how I think, or oh, this is how I dress, or oh, this is how I whatever. And then the problem is like, they it's like you kind of have to know the balance between how much of myself am I actually sharing that I think is like beneficial for people to hear about, and how much of this is just me like angry writing, about like basically it's like from my diary I made a series or something of
mm,
all the feelings that I feel, which is like what I feel like that's what Velma was. That's what
yeah.
this show
Oh,
sounds
Velma
like.
was
That's what
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
Green is sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nope, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Green was saying the same thing about Owl House. The woman who made the show drew herself as a child to date the main child character. That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely strange.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
again, it's like that so it kind of makes a bad name for a lot of characters cuz then anytime somebody sees any sort of resemblance to the author, then they're like, "Oh, it's just a self-insert." It's like, "Well, that's not
Mhm.
the nature of what a self-insert is." A self-insert is like when it's like I don't even know how do you even describe that? It's when it's like so much like you that it's like
Mhm.
cringe because not only does the character usually not have any flaws, they usually have plot armor. That's usually the
Mhm.
Mary Sue's. That's usually like the, it's again, it's a power fantasy rather than oh, I might be telling this story where it's like, yeah, this character has a little piece of me in there, or it has a way that I see the world or something, but they're still very much a human and they have their own thoughts and their own opinions and they have their
Mm-hmm.
own whatever. So, it's just
Yeah.
it's hard
Well,
to, I think, differentiate that nowadays.
well,
So,
there's a writer or mangaka. Mangaka, is that the name for it? Mangaku?
yes, mangaka. Yeah.
Mangaka. There is someone under fire right now because it's a series that recently blew up. I cannot remember the name of it because it's a different name than I'm used to, but it's like, all the people down in the trash or whatever, with all these different abilities. But there was a character revealed recently in the series who looks an awful lot like her. And a lot of fans were like getting upset, being like, oh, you put yourself in here and stuff. And she's like, guys, that's not me. Like, I didn't put myself in the series, which, like, who cares if she did? It's a side character. It's a side character they bump into. And I don't know how, well, actually, I don't know. I haven't watched the series, but it seemed like it wasn't one of the main characters. It was a character that they eventually bumped into. And so it's like, who freaking cares? Like, she didn't make herself a main character. If she wants to put herself in there, by all means, whoop de doo. Like, it didn't resemble her. Like, the hairstyle was similar and the facial features were similar, but she's not that character. I don't know. It was just, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, Mafia. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That one.
Yeah, and it's more in the way that you write it too, because like I don't think there's anything wrong with a character looking like you or having similar
Mm-hmm.
similarities necessarily and whatever. It's just the ones that we call the self inserts are usually the ones where someone's pushing an agenda
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
again, it's the Mary Sue's where like everyone loves them, like story like all the girls like kind of like
Yeah.
it just makes you go like ugh. It just makes you roll your eyes
Yeah.
and whatnot. But um yeah, and I just looked it up. So, like, a self insert is a character in a story that represents the author or the reader acting as a surrogate to explore situations, wish fulfillment, or personal traits within a fictional story or a fictional world, often
Mm-hmm.
appearing in fan fiction with characteristics like Y or N, your name,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, or as an original character, OC, based on the writer. It's a literary device where the creator places themselves or a version of themselves into the narrative, allowing for introspection or wish fulfillment, though sometimes used critically to describe underdeveloped characters that feel too much like the author. Yeah, see, so that's what I'm kind of saying. So it's like, so there is like a good version of a self insert technically, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the versions that we see now are the ones where it's just that underdeveloped and or again agenda filled that
Yeah.
feel a lot like the character. And so it's like there's not enough of a I don't know if you want to call it a skin on the story to mask the fact that it's like that this is literally just you trying to live out a
Yeah.
dream of some kind in your mind or something. So,
Yeah. It's just, yeah. I
but
just, anytime I think of self insert, I think of Velma because it was literally, she pitched this idea to the production people or whatever, and they're like, nah, we don't like it. And then she literally just replaced characters with Scooby Doo characters, came back and like, what if we did Scooby Doo? Like, oh, yeah, that's great. And no, it was literally her thing that she wanted to push her life experience or whatever, and just sprinkled it with some really Timu quality Scooby Doo characters
yeah, yeah.
without Scooby Doo. Like, it just,
Right.
ugh, I hate it so much.
Yep.
Anyway, I digress. I don't want to talk about film anymore. I hate it so much. In happier news, though, guys, I believe in the near future we'll be watching Uma Musume. That's an anime we're gonna be watching in the near future.
Mhm.
Eventually we'll get back into Apothecary Diaries season 2.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yep.
Mm,
I feel like we had other ones, but they're just literally not coming to me right
I know I'm trying to think that there was whatchamadiddle. Dang, I thought I could think of like at least a third one, but no, those are the only two I can think of.
Yeah, they probably were there and we
Ah,
just aren't remembering.
I mean, we have our list, but yeah, these were the two
Yeah.
that we were talking about last night, so that's why it's fresh in my memory. So,
Yeah. And eventually I want to get through Monster because I still haven't finished that. But
oh yeah,
so oh, Spy X Family, that was one of them. That was one that we
yes.
had
Oh my
thought about at one.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, is anybody else upset that this current season is done already? Like, what the heck? Why was it so short?
Oh yeah, and I need to watch the last of My Hero Academia too, since
Oh
it's
yeah,
also such a
yeah.
short season. Then I can finally say I've completed it. I still haven't finished it.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. Oh, I paused Descendants of a Bookworm so we could watch it. Oh yeah, I do have Dodo on there. So leveling, Bochi, Kaon. Oh yeah, I put Sword Art Online. My gosh. Um, yeah, there we got a lot. We got a long list.
Yeah.
Ah, but yeah. No, I thought I'd end on something positive because I'm like, I hate this series so much. We gotta end on a positive note. So I'm like, oh, Musume! There we go. There we go. And yeah, season
Yeah,
2 of
happy.
Apothecary, which season 3 is coming. Woo! I'm so
Yeah, and
excited.
then Freerin also is coming.
Yes, we got some good ones coming back this year. I'm really excited.
Yep.
Ah, man, I need to get you to watch Solo Leveling here in the near future. Maybe we should add that one to the list because it's a nice, I guess it'll be a break from, you know, a nice change of pace, I guess, because it's got a lot of action and stuff.
Mayhaps.
Mayhaps. Maybe. But yeah, I'm so behind on My Hero and Demon Slayer. One of these days I'll have to sit down and watch through them.
Yeah, I'm
Eventually.
technically caught up with both up until just this last season from MHA now.
Oh,
So once that's
nice.
over, then I can say it's finally finished. It's been a long road. I was one of the first ones to freaking watch the show when nobody else was watching it. And then
Yeah.
everybody jumped onto it and was like, "Oh, this is the greatest show ever." And I'm like, "Well, I tried to tell people, but there were some people that didn't even I don't even think there were some people that believed me. I was like,
I
"I'm telling you
watched
this is
this
great."
series before it was popular.
I did. Pushes up glasses. I absolutely did.
Yeah, you did. Let's go. Was Hunter x Hunter coming back this year? Oh, wait, were they actually bringing
Why?
back Hunter x Hunter?
Why? For what purpose are they bringing that back?
Because
Did
they
it not
ended.
finish with the 144 episode thing that they did?
No, it ended on a cliffhanger, and a lot of people were upset. I
In the
remember
new
that
one?
much. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I thought that was the old one, and then they redid it so that that wouldn't happen. They did it again?
Maybe I'll have to look back into that.
That's crazy if
I'll have to
that's
see.
the case.
I can't remember. I eventually I started watching it and then I just kind of jumped around on things. So I could be wrong. But why are they bringing it back? Like, give us Oron High School Host Club if you're gonna bring back a series, or Maid Sama, please. Like,
Yeah, they couldn't
leave
really
Hunter x
do
Hunter.
they couldn't really do Oron again, at least dub wise, because I don't know if anyone would hire Vic back. It wouldn't be the same.
Oh, was he in Oron?
He Yeah, he was Tamaki.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they need to swallow their pride and accept that they're wrong. So, which nobody likes to do in any case of society.
Oh,
But
the
no, like,
manga was on hiatus and meant to resume for Hunter x Hunter. Okay.
oh, Gon will travel with his dad. His dad is trash. Sorry, hot take. His dad is absolute trash. When he got sucker punched in the face, I cheered so loud. I was so proud of that boy. My gosh. Anyway, I digress. You're getting unfiltered cat here now. Apparently, I didn't get as much sleep as I thought I did. Oh, I need to rewatch Yona of the Dawn though too, because that's coming out soon. Oh man, there's so many things to watch, so little time. Uh,
Yeah.
but
True.
anyway, was there anything else you wanted to touch on or share on or anything?
Don't think so. done
Okay.
with things. So,
I
other
think.
than since we said at the end, for all
Oh
those that were waiting,
yeah. Dun dun dun.
so yours truly has been running a D&D campaign, just for fun with friends, but I've also been recording the sessions. And so, this Sunday, I'm going to be releasing the first episode. We've already been doing it for like multiple months now, but I hadn't gotten to actually editing it, so now I'm trying to edit them. And yeah, if you guys want to follow along with that story, it's basically just a traditional D&D story, um, with the like nothing like what I wanted to do is I wanted to tell traditional Dungeons and Dragons type story. I didn't want it
Mm-hmm.
to be like a lot of people always want to try to do special new and cool things, they gotta keep up with what the other people are doing. I wanted to do something that was just like a high fantasy, you know, in that kind of like setting, Dungeons and Dragons setting, like type of game. So gathered a couple of different people. I think I can spoil that much. The players
Yeah.
are Kat,
Hi.
Captain Joseph, Daughter of Zion, and Wreck the Halls. And
Woohoo.
yeah, we've been having a really fun time. It's one of my favorite days of the week. We do it basically. We uh, do a session every other week. So um, yeah, it's one of my favorite days. Uh, and we've been having a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, basically, I'm gonna be releasing an episode of that, the very first episode, on Sunday. And on Tuesday, for Morning Monologues, we're going to try and have a little cast recap session where we get all of us on together to kind of talk about that first session and maybe just the entire campaign as a whole without spoiling anything is what we're going to attempt to try and do. So you can kind of be there for that and kind of just see everyone's thoughts on it and how it went, because just a slight spoiler alert, just slightly, it was a little miserable. So aside from that, yeah, you can look forward to that. I've almost completed it. I just have a couple of tweaks I got to do and then I'll be uploading it. So but
Yes.
yeah, so you guys can look forward to that. And so definitely tune in, like definitely watch that episode when it comes out first on Sunday, and then come and be present for Morning Monologues, then you can kind of hear, because we will be talking about that episode at least
Mm-hmm.
specifically. So don't want to spoil anything for you just in
Mm-hmm.
case you
Mm-hmm.
hadn't seen it yet. So yeah,
Yeah. So make sure
but
to go
I
watch
hope it's
it.
entertaining. Yeah, I hope it's entertaining. I'll have a little bumper at the very beginning for the first sessions episode to kind of just explain. It's a little impromptu, but it's just to kind of explain like what the idea was, and you know the fact that I as a DM don't really, like, I'm not like super rule heavy following, especially because when you're in the moment it's hard to like remember every thing and
Mm-hmm.
keep the flow going.
Yep.
So you will notice some discrepancies throughout the campaign. That will happen. There will be a time where it's like, hey, didn't you make them roll this for this instead last time? You got to look past that. Okay, you got to look
None of
past
us are
that. We try to.
professionals.
Yeah, none of us are professionals. We're doing this for fun. So
Yeah.
what I tell you to do is to instead look at the story that's being told, because that's what I was really wanting everyone to focus on in terms of the players, and then of course in terms of the viewers, is that just focus on the story being told, and hopefully you will enjoy what we do, because everybody's been very, very fun. Everybody plays their characters in very fun ways. So it's more role play focused in a lot of ways. But I tried to find a nice balance between having kind of combat and role play. So yeah, and again, it is in accordance with the rules. Like, I try to maintain consistency just so that it feels fair, and so that it feels, like that things aren't just changing every 2 seconds. But if it happens at different times, at different points or whatever, you gotta just look past it, because I'm not a rules. Uh, Gosh, I always want to say words that I can't say on here. I'm not a funny mustache guy rules follower. So, um,
Ah.
but anyway, yeah. So you can look forward to that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's basically that.
Glorious. It's gonna be fun, guys. It's gonna be fun. I had to. We're gonna be doing some construction. Well, not construction, just some moving around of furniture in the room here. I figured it out. I figured it
No,
out. I wasn't sure how
nice.
we were gonna do it, but I figured it out. I found us a couch, guys. I found us a couch on Facebook Marketplace, so it should be fine. It should be okay for people to sit on. We'll be fine. We're all gonna be in our we're all gonna be in our gremlin forms, which I'm really excited about. I
I
gotta make
can't
a
wait to
custom.
jump on the couch.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I gotta make a custom one for Rect. So because I think everybody else has one made. So
Yeah, yeah, I believe everyone else does. So,
but yeah, don't
but
listen to this man. First episode's gonna be great. The only problem was life choices for all of us, so it's
yeah.
fine.
Grace, you're just saying that because you're nice to me. That's all. But yeah, you'll see. We'll talk about it on Tuesday. The more of it, so we'll keep it to ourselves for now. So
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for. You said you're gonna be uploading it Sunday.
yes, I plan on doing it Sunday, same time that I always upload. I'm gonna try to do it 12 p.m. sharp. That's when anytime I upload, that's usually the time that I'm uploading at.
Gotcha.
And I plan to do from there on out, once I start doing it, to do it at basically it'll be every other Sunday that another episode of that will be released, and that's
Mm-mm.
mainly so that way I never override myself, so that it's like I'm
Mm-hmm.
never like if we ever had to take a break, that you guys would still be able to have some episodes for a time, and hopefully you would have them for enough time that by the time we returned to do more sessions, that there wouldn't have to be this like pause in between. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
see going forward from there. So
Yeah.
um yeah, I've had a lot of fun DMing it. I have no idea where the story's heading. It's kind of just going, and everybody is making decisions and going along and doing things. So yeah, so kind of hopefully it'll be, if nothing else, it'll be a fun little story to kind of listen to as like a podcast. I think my personal opinion is that's going to be the best way to view it, is via like listening to it rather than straight up watching it, because there's sometimes when I'm recording, because I'm so focused on DMing, that I forget to switch screens from one to the other. There's some times where I'm doing my own DM stuff that the players aren't seeing, so you might get a little bit of a sneak preview as to like what's coming, and it might ruin the surprise for you. So it just depends on whether or not you care to see that or not. But
Mm-hmm.
most of the time it will show you, like whenever we show a map or something, you'll be able to see that, I guess. But I think
Mm-hmm.
it might just be better in certain cases as a podcast type of a format. So
And that's okay. That's okay. Same with like, morning monologues. Like you can look at the screen, but you can also just listen and use your imagination.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Exactly. Ha ha
so I hope
ha.
you guys will enjoy it anyway. This was I had wanted to do this for a while. I just hadn't had time, and I also dreaded having to edit that session because gosh, the trauma that it brought back up for me. Um yeah. So anyway.
It steered the path for the rest of the series. It's fine.
It sure did. And if you look at it strictly from storytelling perspective, it's actually really good. Like I actually like
Hmm.
I wrote these guys like in our private chat last night while I was editing it. I'm like, guys, this is such a miserable experience for me to have to re-experience this again, but darn am I on the edge of my seat. I'm like I'm like because I couldn't remember every little like, oh crap, I can't believe that. Oh no. So I'm hoping you guys will feel the same. So
Ah, it explains why the rest of the campaign is the way that it is.
yep,
And
yep,
it's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It's good. I'm excited.
yep,
I'm excited to listen to it.
yep.
Because I
We've
also
all
like
been
it's
learning.
okay, go ahead,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, 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 go ahead.
I was just saying we've all been learning and growing both as players and DM. I've learned a lot since that first session. Uh, I think the players have learned a lot. I even
Mm-hmm.
noticed too that, well, some of this I should probably save for the Tuesday, because otherwise I won't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
anything to talk about. But
That's okay.
just different things that I noticed back in that first session versus where we're at now. I'm like like certain things are kind of night and day different. But yeah, so it has been fun going back through that. So yeah, anyway, hope you guys will enjoy that. So check that out Sunday, 12 p.m. sharp. So
Mm-hmm. 12 p.m.
EST.
EST. Yes, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're good. We're good. But yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm excited. And I was just gonna say that I'm gonna be watching it because we've had multiple sessions that it's like, what all did happen the first session? So I want it to be fresh in my mind as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. And if you guys, yeah, so make sure to go watch it Sunday, sit down, watch it, or Monday, even if you can't do it Sunday, go sit down or play it in the background while you clean or work or whatever. And if you don't like it, I will cry. So there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So hopefully as the sessions keep progressing, it'll stay cohesive and hopefully still be entertaining. I do my best to try and have that be the case. So we'll see. Let's see if I don't disappoint you guys in the grand scheme of things.
Oh,
Because again,
shush you.
I am baby DM. I don't do it terribly often. So
He is Hoodwa
but,
chick, guys. Don't forget that.
yeah.
Let me see you with those teeth. I will try my best to do
Yeah,
good
and-
as the end.
And you is succeeding. You is smart. You is kind. And you is important.
Hey, thanks, I appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Grace. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for your nice words.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you better receive all the words. Gosh. I'll fight this man. But yeah. So that'll be
Yeah.
Tuesday. I'm excited. I'm also excited to squeeze 5 people onto screen because we've never had that before. I don't think we've even had 4. We've only had like 3 people tops.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. And for some stuff we want to plan on doing in the future, we might even have more than that. So it might be like we're gonna have
Yeah.
to figure out how to have it not be super crowded in here.
We're gonna have to look on Facebook Marketplace for a table, maybe just chairs, like wooden chairs, so we can all fit, maybe a
Yeah.
bench. But yeah, it's gonna be fine. You can shrink
we're
me
about to
down on the
set this-
table. No,
That's actually an
no.
idea I was thinking about.
No. Everyone gets a seat at the table. Everyone gets a spot on a couch. So it'll be great.
We're about ready to create the same scenery as the whatever podcast, except without all of the other elements. So everyone's gonna be at a table, bunch of mics in their face.
Are we gonna have to clear off the coffee table? Do we have to get rid of Gurren and Gura?
No, we can't ever get rid of them. They have to be in there somewhere. They have to be at the center or something. Yeah, they don't leave. They're never leaving.
I still have to commission somebody to make a Gurren themed you or a you themed Gurren and a me themed Gura. So
That would be great. That would be awesome.
Stay tuned, guys.
I would
Stay
love
tuned. We
that.
got plans. We got plans for morning monologues. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But yeah. Gara Logan.
Garlogan.
Now that'd be something. That'd be something funny. My gosh.
Actually, it makes more sense if it was Gar Gurin.
Gargurin. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Oh my gosh. But no, okay, I'll keep them on the table then. I'm gonna have to figure out the drinks too. Because we got our drinks. I'm gonna figure out the drinks for the guests. It's fine. It's fine. Also, don't be
Yeah.
surprised if Hood doesn't have his blankie on Tuesday because he decided he wanted to be nice and give up his blankie to one of the guests.
Say that. I didn't say that. That's
I
not what the message
literally-
said.
I
No.
literally put
No.
in the group chat, aside
No,
from
I'm gonna read
Hood,
it.
what is your guys' favorite colors? And Hood said yellow. I said, Hood,
Yes,
no,
colors.
not
You hear that?
you. Not you.
You hear that,
You
colors?
don't need a
Yes.
blankie. And you
Yes.
said yellow.
I know. I said it because I was annoying you because you told me I wasn't allowed to be included. But all you said was that, what's your favorite color? You didn't say what it was supposed to be for. So then when I found out it was
always
blankies, I'm like, I didn't want it for blankies.
I always ask the guests what's your favorite color so I can pick a blankie for them? Why would
Yeah, well, I
I
didn't know
why
that.
would I wake up in the morning and be like, you know what? Screw Hood. What's everybody else's favorite colors? He sucks. Why would
I don't know.
say
Maybe
that?
maybe it was for the mic colors. Maybe it was for the chairs. I
The
didn't know.
mic colors, they're all gray. They've always
I didn't
been
know. I'm just
gray.
saying. And I feel particularly oppressed because she was going to take away my Gurren Lagann blankie that Nyx made ever so nicely for me.
You said
And
you wanted yellow, so I'm like, okay, well then he wants his yellow blankie back. Maybe he's feeling nostalgic. Maybe he doesn't want to accidentally spill or risk someone stealing his blankie while there's guests here. I don't know.
no, absolutely not. This thing's going to be absolutely disgusting because I'm never washing it. It's just always staying just like this because that's how you maintain its fluffiness. The moment you wash it, it wrecks it. So
I mean,
I'm not worried about that.
Rec did say one of his favorite colors was red.
No,
Just saying.
no,
So,
no, 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 no.
yeah. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. But yeah, don't be alarmed. The blankie will be here. It just might be in a different.
She literally can't do that to me. That's literally not okay.
What do you mean?
I'm literally telling Nyx on you.
Bro, who is the one who runs 80 to 90% of this stream, of this production? Who does that? Who has the power, Hood? I need you to sit down. I need you to think
She's
about
never
this.
beaten the tyrant allegations ever. She's never beaten.
You're the tyrant. I just occasionally I'm like, you know what? I want to be the chaotic one today. I'm gonna be it.
Whatever, man.
Also, Hood, at this point, I think we all know what your favorite color. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like,
I was being annoying. I was being annoying on purpose because she specifically excluded me. So I said it to be silly, and then she decided to oppress me for a joke. She doesn't like comedy. She hates comedy. She's a dictator. We should dispose her. Arrest her.
All right, peace out, guys. Hood's running the show now. Bye.
Put Cat in the box. She always puts everyone else in the box. Oh, there she goes. And now it's me with my blankie. Yippee. Watch her take my blankie as I said that. I was waiting for it. Actions have consequences, Yeah, I know. Make sure you tell Cat that. Make sure you tell Cat that. I knew she'd snag it just because I said that. I knew it. She can't resist it. She can't resist herself. So, Cat, don't leave us. What's wrong with me, guys? Come on, now it's just the Hood show. Not yeah, why do dictators hate comedy so much? That's what I'm trying to figure. What do
you mean? This is hilarious. You not having your blankie for an episode? I think it'd be hilarious. Give Rect your blankie for an episode? I think that'd be hilarious. I think Chad would also think that's hilarious.
That's oppression, is what that is. So you just find humor.
I think it's comedy.
In punching down.
No. I like to share the wealth. Nyx did a phenomenal job with your blankie, so why not share that with others?
My blankie. No, my blankie.
Rick says my blankie now. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna make duplicates of Hood's blankie and my blankie. And
I despise you.
Grace can have my blankie duplicate, and the boys will have Hood's blankie duplicate.
Ooh, I despise you. Nyx, can you just make everyone their own personal blankie for me?
No,
bro. Can you just do that?
Bro, that's a lot of work. And in like what?
She can do it.
4 days? Wait, is it? It's Thursday, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Crunch
time. She'll got 4 days.
Crunch time. She can do it. It's like a blankie a day. It'll be
Power blankie, comrade. Everyone else has hoods but him.
You guys are the worst, man.
I got so many troll things planned. It's gonna be great. Tuesdays, guys, tune in Tuesday. It's gonna be amazing.
I hate this. It's canceled. Not doing it no more.
Yeah, we'll all still be here. We'll see if our DM's here or not, but we'll all be here.
You guys suck, man. You wonder why I gave you a swirly. Now you know why.
Just wait. You're next in line for a swirly. I'll have my revenge.
Dude.
That's why I'm doing this. You gave me a swirl. You gave my dead body. You not only disrespected my dead body, but you gave it a swirly. You know what?
Deserved. Deserved.
You know what? Also, this is deserved. Yeah. So you don't get your blanket for the rest of the stream, huh?
Wow. Well,
Hood's blanket on the merch shop so that everyone can have it.
That's really more of a thing against you guys because now you have to see my skin pants. So
that's valid. Here, you can have it back. I respect chat. I respect chat's eyeballs.
But
No,
anyway,
we'll
yeah,
we'll
I hope
figure
you guys
something
will
else.
enjoy it. So
It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Tune in, guys. Tune in. But yes, also do not forget, set an alarm. Set an alarm on your phones, guys. I want you to grab your phones right now. I want you to open the alarm, your alarm app, program, whatever you got. I want you to set an alarm for Sunday at, you said noon, right?
yep, noon EST.
Yeah, 12 p.m. EST. Set a timer for that. And then go watch it. Or if you're not going to have time at that point, set a time for when you will be free, either Sunday or Sunday or Monday. Set a timer for that and then go watch it. Because how long is it again? It's usually like what? 2-3 hours? 4, 5?
Yeah, this particular episode is going to be about 3 hours.
Okay. So a lot of time
and
when
I
you
will
have
leave you
3
with,
hours.
yeah, and I will have this as a question for you guys to answer when you come in on Tuesday.
Ooh.
I want you guys to
Homework.
tell me out of the 4 of them, which is your favorite character so far. I want you to tell me which one is your favorite character. So
That's meanhood.
So no spoilers from the cast. Everybody we don't want to spoil nothing in any way, shape, or form. So I want to know everybody's favorite character. So
I know who my favorite character is. Oh. But yeah, no, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Anyway, all right. But yeah, I think that's it. Do you have anything else?
Nope. That should be it, I think, for right now. I'm still working on I need to record more Garten of Bonbons. I can release episodes of that. I've been waiting to do I want to be a game dev with Kat, so we're gonna try to get back on doing that. What else do I have in here? Oh, I have a couple of demos that'll be coming that I played with Kat and Joseph.
Oh my gosh,
called
yes.
Shift at Midnight and Dream Eaters, one of which was less good than the others, but
yeah.
I'm gonna try. I'm thinking about making videos out of them. I don't know if I want to do shorts. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have enough footage for them to individually be their own videos? Because they felt kind of short. Okay.
Yeah, because like I'm okay if they're like short videos anyway. Like,
oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Those are easier to consume anyway. But it's just the amount of time it takes to edit them. So it'll just be if I care enough about taking the time to do that. So,
true.
But yeah, so in some way, shape, or form, you'll be getting some content on those, both of which were games, which is Kat's favorite. That's why I brought her in for it.
I'm like, just heads up, guys. I'm gonna be screaming. They're like, he's like, oh, I'm counting on it. I'm like, oh, right. I'm here for the content. I forgot. That's my job, is to scream. I didn't scream in the first game though.
You didn't, no, and it's kind of because it sucked. So I mean,
oh no. You know. I was just like so scared that I was kind of like, and I just
really. Oh, is that what it was?
Well, what was it? When I know that there's things coming, like there's, not to spoil anything, but when I know that there's things potentially running around looking for me, and I thought it was like, I thought they were triggered by the sound, so I was just quiet. But then also I kept getting lost, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna be quiet. Maybe I'll find the boys eventually.
There were times in that video that I like specifically thought you were like not happy at different.
No,
like, where you sounded upset.
No. I was just like trying to be like quiet because I'm like, oh, can it hear our voices? And then also I'm like, I gotta be quiet because I don't want to get found. And then I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of here. I feel like I'm more of a hassle. Like at one point, that's why I stayed in that one room, because I'm like, well, we've already wasted 2 of our resources on bringing me back to life. So I'm just gonna stay here because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna let the boys figure it out. So no, it wasn't that I wasn't enjoying it. It was just that I'm like, I am the what's the word I'm looking for? Shoot, what's the word I'm looking for? Crap. I am the handicap in this game. I am the I'm weighing us down. Like, I'm just gonna stay in the room here and hopefully not die.
She got some of the resources that we were trying to gather, so.
And then I got lost like a bajillion times.
Yeah, that particular map layout was pretty rough, but anyway.
Yeah, and this goober was like, guys, there's casual, there's standard, and there's nightmare. Which mode should we play on? Do I get to say? No, we're going on nightmare mode. I'm like, okay. This is fine. And wouldn't
She
you
got
guys...
vetoed because Joseph said he didn't care, and I already knew that what I wanted. So,
I got vetoed because I have boobs, guys.
You got.
Yeah, I said it. I said it.
You got vetoed because it was 2 against 1. So, I mean,
yeah. If
Joseph's, you really should be upset at Joseph's apathy, because if he would have made a decision, I would have went with it. But because he didn't care and you did, well.
No, never mind. I'm gonna leave it for you guys to watch because there's like something really funny. Actually, I don't know. Actually, never mind. I don't think Hood's gonna have it in his video. Never mind.
I will if Joseph sends it to me. So.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh my gosh. If Joseph's character would have had boobs, then it would have been us 2 against you.
Gosh dang it, DJ. Okay.
Sorry, let me try this again. Boobs. Is that better? Is that better? Sorry, Zari, if your headphones are still off.
Deep fried. Can someone clip that, please?
No! Leave it alone. It's fine. It'll live on in our memories.
Put that in your Discord mods. Make that one of the Discord reviews, please.
My gosh. I'm sorry for your ears wrecked. I had to make a point. Anyway, yeah, so that'll be Tuesday. Tune in Tuesdays. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be great. Oh, hi, Roki. Yeah. Roki just
Roki, you're just in time for us to raid on.
And hi, Leah. Woo, 45 stream streak. Let's go.
Yippee.
Love it. Love to see it. Okay. 105 stream streak. Let's go. Congrats, Leah. All right. Now it's time to end the podcast, which is always a sad thing, especially when we're all being silly, goofy goobers. I did see that where no, did they raid out? No.
Oh no. I
was gonna do a raid. Oh no. Okay. They're still there. Oof. Oh, I see it. Okay, I panicked.
Who?
Oh, guys, Sully's live, so I was thinking it'd be funny if we did raid message as a white woman, # Christmas is canceled. Oh no. Actually, no. We're gonna ask her if she's okay. Can I get one of my mods to make a raid message asking if Sully's okay?
Grace says to hurry, so I don't know if she's watching, but
Uh-oh. Hold on a second, I gotta open it here. No, they're still playing. Okay, we're good. No, they haven't even been streaming for an hour. We're good. It's fine. Sully, are you okay? How did I know that you were gonna raid Sully? You just Lion, you know me so well. We are literally the same brain cell. There we go.
Child, Lion. So.
Yeah, she's my child. She should know, like mother, like daughter.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. It's perfect. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Grace. There we go. Perfect. We got where's it here? Sully, are you okay with Charlie? And we got Sully, are you okay with Dino dancing? But yes, we're gonna go raid Sully. Thanks for joining us, guys. Make sure to go subscribe to Hood over on the YouTube so that you're ready for Sunday shenanigans. And make sure you are following this channel here on the Twitch to make sure you're ready for Tuesday shenanigans. It's gonna be great. But yeah. Anything else you wanted to promote or highlight, Hood, before we raid out?
Nope, that should do her, I think. Okay. Check out some of the other shorts I've been releasing the last couple of days, I guess. That's the only other.
Yeah. He's been taking a lot of incentive of clipping my painful or death moments in games. I'm noticing. I'm sensing a pattern.
It just happens to be you. I don't know why it's
I'm
you.
sensing a pattern here, Hood.
it just happens to be you. I don't know why, but it is.
I noticed you excluded the part in the clip, though, where I started dragging your body around after you gave me a swirly.
Well, yeah, that wasn't funny, though.
I'm gonna be a God-fearing woman. And we're gonna go raid Sully, so
That
Thanks
is
for
one of my
joining,
favorite
guys.
clips.
Which one? The swirly?
Or I guess shorts. That's one of my favorite shorts. Is the swirly one? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, thanks for joining, guys. We will see you. I'll be back tomorrow with one more Christmas conversations with a lovely guest, a lovely special guest. It's gonna be great. And then we'll be back Monday. Well, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know the schedule thing. My schedule's gonna be a little weird the next week or so, but we'll for sure be back here for Morning Monologues Tuesday with the D&D group. Make sure to watch Hood's video he puts out with the D&D campaign on Sunday or Monday, whenever you got time. It'll be about 3 hours. Make sure to allot some time. And that's
Yep.
it. That's all. Let me spell correctly because I can spell. She's gonna be so mad, guys. She's gonna be so mad. And I love it. I'm here for it. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I like when we get to like geek out about anime or other things that we're excited about. So this
Yeah.
was nice. Especially after, all the politics and drama and discussions. It's like, sometimes we just need a little like, well, let's just geek out about anime. So
Yeah. Maybe we can try and do like the reviews as like an upkeep thing rather than make it a whole episode next time. This time we just had so many we had seen that we hadn't
yeah.
talked about. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we
that way
had just been
we can
starting.
do other stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what's
so-
the lore behind the OK Sully thing?
Oh, because for Game of Favorites, I did a self-deprecating joke, and everyone was like, "Are you okay, Kat?"
Oh, right.
So
Yeah.
then Sully was there for that, and she thought it was funny. So now we're gonna throw it. So now she's been playing It Takes Two with her husband, and was so stressed out. So I threw it back at her. So.
Oh no, let's go.
But yes, hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And as always, remember you're awesome and you are so, so very loved. Mwah. And I'll see you guys tomorrow back here. So until then, bye-bye.
Bye.